Hello, good afternoon. Welcome again. Just got a call from Mukoma Masimba. He's in a group that he was invited last night under the theme Digital Sunday Express. And he was under the spotlight, and the reactions are mixed. There are people who genuinely feel that Mukoma Masimba is sick. He was at pains to say that he is not sick. He's writing a book. He's doing it as he goes, and the content is what is generating on a daily basis. So I thought it's important that we bring him back, and so that he can tell us what is this book, what is this script, and many people are confused, but he seems to know what he wants to do. The people in the group obviously are upset, are angry, and some believe that he should not be given any space to continue to propagate this kind of toxic content. And people believe that the content that he is carrying and the things that he's doing are beneath what human dignity calls on all of us. That there must be a better way of being sick. And when somebody is sick, then must be condemned to an institution that takes care of him. In his response, he says he is at an institution with competent and qualified personnel who allow him to communicate and to be able to do the best that he can under care. And he talks of Corona, he talks of Zimbabwe, and to that is very difficult. I did try to respond when he left that group, and the group convener of a show called Hot Seat, Rudozobo, got in touch with me to say I must come to that platform tomorrow. But fortunately, I managed to avoid it. And I said I find WhatsApp groups toxic, limiting, and of no value, because whatever is discussed in groups, it's just like water that flows to the Zambezi, through the Zambezi to the Indian Ocean. Most of the people generally are quiet and they say nothing. And if they say nothing, you never know what they're thinking. Mukoma Masimba has tried at pains to tell them that he is actually okay, but nobody believes him. They believe what they want to believe. And now he's a victim of his own story. He is in hospital. Is that true or fact? It's true. Is he sick? Then what? That's where the question then arises. What does sickness do to a person, and how should a sick person behave? Abby Mandishona, a few things I noted. This guy is manic and psychotic. He requires a period of rehabilitation. Abby, imagine you are his doctor. What would you recommend? And what is the reality of your relationship with him? Because you are prescribing a remedy for somebody who may not feel that they are sick. What should we do? There are many people that are sick. They don't know they are sick. I remember just this morning a tweet with Jamanda, also known as George Charamba, or George Charamba, also known as Jamanda. This was to do with the media. In his view, Zimbabwean media is below the standard expected of them. He believes that the people, journalists, have lost the plot. Now they are actually playing the man, giving content that is not fact based. I had a conversation with Honorable Sikala, And I don't know whether you want to hear in connection with corruption just before he got arrested. Those who want to hear the conversation, you can judge for yourself what Honorable Scala had to say about the corruption related to the drugs matter. If you are interested, you can just type yes so that I can then see whether I can play it. And if you are interested, just type yes or no, just yes, Y or N. If you are interested in hearing that audio, then you can be able to see the difference and to hear the difference about corruption. Here we are, 2020, the month of September, and there is an issue as to whether the matter related to drugs actually exemplifies the corruption that is endemic in Zimbabwe, and what informs that view. So if you are interested in hearing that content, you just say so that we can play it and you see the depth of the Zimbabwean crisis. What is it? And let me see whether we can get it. And then you can hear for yourself what it is that we have to deal with in terms of fact versus fiction, and what are we dealing with, and that may help you to better understand what the real problems are in Zimbabwe of today. This is not a joke. This is reality TV that many of us are not accustomed to. So let me play the video. Hope you can hear it, the audio.
Yes, sir. Hey, Honorable, you come back. Oh, that's even better. So, how did you manage to leave him? Magaro, just sneaking out. Magaro, ED. They are still looking for you.
We're just playing a video of Scala. Just a second.
How is the response like? No, you're right. Yeah, and as a government, how are they taking it? They are serious, they are serious. They pushed the level which they have reached is now irreversible. But what is the end game? Just for us to have everything, you have normal to stop. But there's nothing abnormal. We are promoting the rule of law, constitutionalism, and we have not arrested any journalists. We have arrested political malcontents who are determined to unseat the legitimate government. He's talking about corruption trying to unseat the government. No, they're saying the corruption that they are referring to is not in specific terms. Because when you look at it, they're saying all the instances, we have 2 ministers who have been arrested. Every time they raise issues, we follow up. And we may be failing, but we are trying the best we can as a government. But if you know of instances of corruption which they failed to investigate, then bring them forward with the evidence. Then we will take that up.
There is
no 60 million, but that's where the problem. There is no 60 million that exchanged hands.
It's how much?
2 million. 2 million. 2 million.
Those are real.
That's the fact. The fact is that they paid an advance of 2 million against supplies which they say they have now received.
Which they have now received?
Yeah. So the 60 million was a framework agreement involving two sets of agreement, one for 20 million which was signed, and then the balance was 40 million. So the way it would work is that you pay, you get your stock. So against every payment, there must be stock that comes in with it. So that one was cancelled.
I'm not briefed to those details. Otherwise, you are likely to be briefed to them.
Yeah, but that's even from the so if we are not well briefed and well on facts, then we are playing into their games, because even if you send somebody to say, let's look at the 60 million, they will ask you, where is the 60 million? No, he didn't produce for 60 million, no. He only produced for that small consignment. Where the the 2 million was a separate one. You remember the one where payment was made against my masks and stuff. Yeah, so that was about $1 million, just under $1 million, and they managed to reduce the prices.
Let me look into the state outline papers for Waya's case.
Yeah, Waya's case was it was not money, not financial injury, not financial prejudice.
All right. We're talking about fact versus fiction. Good evening, Mukoma Masimba. Here we are from a WhatsApp group into the main arena. So what is it that brings you here? Mukoma Masimba, you look, hello, Mukoma Masimba, you look, they say you look good, you look handsome. What has happened?
Let me wear my dentures, please. Let me wear my teeth.
Yeah,
Sorry.
We need you to show the other side. So nasemem chaka rurama wena. That's so. The other side, not the fake side of Mukoma Masimba. He is now writing his book. I'm not sure what chapter it is, but let's hear let's see his teeth, and then we can then see whether you are back to yourself or you are still faking. Who are you?
Mukoma Masimba. I am the boss and I'm in charge. I told you that, my friend. I'm the boss and I'm in charge.
How come you are looking well today? Is it the doctors working on you or you working on them?
I'm working on the doctors because I'm in charge. I'm the boss and I'm in charge. Okay, Mr. Moere, I'm here. Today we are on the chapter of breaking the ice of my book.
Yeah.
My book is called Book Rebels. That's the title of my book. So I'm here to break the ice, Mr. Moere. Fact versus fiction. Mr. Moere, at the moment, this is my official, which is a fact, my official room at the moment at the hospital. Right? Yeah. I'll try to show you what can I do. Okay. That's my bed, right? I'm sharing with another guy. We share together here, right? So two beds in one room. But next door, that's where I was doing my videos because that room was empty. There was plumbing going on. This is a psych ward. So I was told someone broke the toilet seat. So it was replaced while I was watching. Then I took advantage of that toilet seat and I ate poo.
Okay.
Right?
So the pop. What is the story? What happened? How did you fake it?
What I did, Mr. Moere, it was early in the morning. I saw the plumbers coming. They were fixing up the toilet seat, right? Then I said, let me check it. Well, this is a new toilet seat, right? Then I tested. I flushed it. It's working now. I went to take a wheat biscuit from the kitchen. Then I mixed up wheat biscuit with water. Then I said, Zimbabweans, I'm eating my poo. If you don't listen to me, they all believed it. They all believed it, Mr. Moere. Fiction. I'm a good
So,
actor, Mr.
so what has inspired this focus on fiction versus fact?
Remember my book. That's my storyline, which is called Go Deeper. What you see is what you see. What you hear is what you hear. What you know is what you know. But how do you know what you know is true? To them, Simba ate popo. Right? To me and the doctors here, Simba was playing with the wheat biscuit. I even told one of the nurses, I want to show you what Zimbabwe is doing. They're going to believe me when I took the wheat biscuit. Right? Then I make the video in black and white so that they can see that it's with popo. They all believed it, and it's breaking news. Simba ate popo. Simba ate popo. Simba.
Okay. So continue to talk. I'm just receiving a call. You can talk, yeah.
Okay. So welcome to Book Rebels. This is breaking the ice. This is the chapter breaking the ice. Right? You guys, dealing with Mukoma Masimba, you have to be very, very careful. I've warned you before. I'm the boss and I'm in charge. I even told Mr. Mawere here that Mr. Mawere, I'm the boss and I'm in charge. He said, how? I said, I will show you. And I did it. Again, I've done lots of things here. Kukuitisai, just to make you straight. I did it yesterday or 2 days ago. New toilet. Took advantage. This is my room. This is where I live here. I shared the room with someone, but I was in that room, single room. Because once you fix a toilet seat, you near a client, you get it up. You all believe me, all of you here. Nonsense. I'll make you straight today. Welcome to Bogabins. Fact versus fiction. I'm waiting for somewhere. Yes, Bogabins. Sorry, I forgot my dangers in that room. My dangers are in the room here. I'm trying to knock the doors. I want to get my dangers because I left them in that room. Yes, this is Mukoma Masimba. I told you before. Be careful. People like Abimandi Shona. I warned you before. When you're dealing with me, be very, very, very careful. Because I'm slow, shallow, and dumb. That's me. But there's a reason why I did it. One of my be careful in my buttons. How many times have I warned you? My button has a right eye. I warned you. Then I did a lot of things here. Then I came back and told you that I want so. But I'm not terror. My mother went to hospital because of this act. That's why nothing got me. But I kept warning you. Some of you even calling the hospital. My wife even said, don't come back home. You ate your poo. She believed it too. Shame. Anyway, wait for Mr. Boyre. I want to try to get my dangers next home. When I get a video, say room, I get to bathroom, I get a toilet, I want to use that room. Let me get my dangers. Oh, shame. I was in that room here. This room here. Here. Ish. Ish. What in the room? I'm in the new toilet. Let me call the nurse and you put it out of my danger song. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm good, good, good. Excuse me. Sorry, I left my dentures in that room number 12.
Right.
In the wardrobe. Can I please get the dentures?
You've changed rooms, have you?
It's locked.
Oh, okay.
Because I was just, I remember I was doing my video in that room. So I left my denture. Okay, I'm calling the nurse now. Look at my denture. Yep, yeah. They were in the wardrobe. I left them in the wardrobe at the top. Number 12, room number 12. Yep.
You couldn't find the rental?
Now, in the wardrobe at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Did you try to check?
What are you doing?
Huh? Yep. Big one. You spoke to my mother today, is it? Thank you very much.
No.
Poor woman. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Here. Some here.
Nothing there.
Here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. Okay. Go on. Sorry, I couldn't put him. Okay, I'm back here now. Right, I'm clean. I'm complete. I'm complete now. All right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Some of you even called the hospital. Masimba, aja pupu. Yeah. So I think I'm a good actor. Hey, I should start doing movies, eh? Okay, I'm waiting for Mr. Moweri. Yeah. Yes. Mukoma Masimba mengwana. Mukoma Masimba mengwana. Mukoma Masimba mengwana. Abimandishona, my brother. And the factory to go psychward. The factory and psychward. I didn't see anything fiction. That's your business, not my business, Mukoma. Okay, this section you have for reason about you're not backtracking because you realize that you took too far. Nah. That's your opinion. I'm here, yeah. And you think that's fine wasting resources. I don't waste resources. I deserve them. Okay, I deserve them. Because when they say you're sick, I told them I'm not sick. So I know I can be sabanapa, so I deserve it. In the panapa, because I want panapa, so I want food too much food here. Too much. So you pay the tax, okay? Make sure you pay your tax. If you're working in Australia, make sure you pay your tax. Exactly. When you pay your tax, people like me will use it. I've never paid tax in Australia. No, I did for 6 months only. I did. I only paid tax for 6 months. My track business, I never paid tax. Never. I don't pay tax. I'm too smart for that. So I file up bankrupt. Make sure you pay your tax, okay? Then I'll use it. Anyway. Just waiting for I won't waste time, Mr. Mawere. How many times do I tell you? I'll make you straight, okay? I'll make you straight. Okay, Mukoma Masimba. Once you're under fire. Why Mukoma Masimba? Under fire. A very selfish man, Mukoma Masimba. Nyankaza. Thank you, Sbongeli. Looks like I'm Nyankaza. And I'm watching Nyankazwa. Kuswa Changamuka. Okay? Good. Obvious, it's a very important call from if you know what I mean. Senor, I don't know about that call. You don't know about that call. He's going to come and tell us if he wants to. Stop lying, senor. You're speculating, okay? That's your speculation. And ask kupenga uyo. Yanis kupenga nini? But the doctor to kupenga. So let the doctor do their job. And I'm fine. I'm fit and fine. Nakupa house sharing. It will take your time. Like, don't worry, take your time. So I'm gonna be here for weeks. Weeks and different up. Because I want my own. It's my demand. I'm the boss. I'm in charge. But they can't put me back on the streets. So they can't. Yeah, I played it smart. I have hospitals in smart. Now I'm here now. Yeah. Simba wachenda kumbala tandidi andina kwekugara. I'm homeless. Tokusama house share ati no. Andishemba ni munini. Tula ya again. I'm the boss and I'm in charge. A social worker, kawana moto lazima na social worker. Simba, so we're gonna put you in a hotel. Then that I want my own house. The Lord, I want bedroom or two bedroom flat because my didn't drop penda. So give me a house. I'm waiting for Mr. Moe.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yes, Mr. Moe. Anyway, let's continue. Mr. Moe. Yeah, I got to do that now. So, Mr. Moe, I'm here to break the ice. Fact versus fiction. Do you know most people were typing, praying for me? Masimba, excuse me, hold me a little bit out. Just a minute. Machiti hiyo, Masimba aja pupu. Ndakaseka Mr. Moe. Some even called the
Yeah.
hospital. Yeah. This is MM Mr. Moe. I was next door. Right? Pale, toilet seat and I the client. So ndakangosvikirana pachigadzira. Then I took advantage of that. Then I put a wheat biscuit in that toilet seat. Then I touched it and said, I'm going to eat this thing. Then they believe me.
Yeah.
And I want before my button has the right eye.
Okay, I'm coming back just a second.
No worries. Let's go deeper together. Let's go deeper. Anzi. Unyope, don't go to Munaite easy. Thank you anymore. Only if you knew I was working for the last 9 years, my brother. Non-stop. 9 years working, my brother. So you don't know people. And if you were ready for discharge, they wouldn't have had the police to chase you. Again, police. Now, when you are posting my police are lying to you, I believe I am a police again. Now, when you are posting to Uye Pano, the weight is a foot. Yeah. Laziness. Yes, very lazy. Why not? GP watch up Mara. Why not? Why not? Why not? I respect people looking after you. I don't respect anyone. I respect myself, my brother. And I love everybody. You know me and Mavura. Jarine Mara and my toast. We have to jama Jarine. Masimba usazodaro uri munhu wekuziva. FM. Don't worry, I'll explain when I got I'll explain when I got so rakusha. Ndinotambawo zvangu sha. So rakusha. So rakudiregerero. Ndinotambawo zvangu. Koma Masimba muri kusota manipikisa vanhu apa ma prayers enyu ndiye fake. Yani fake. Munomhanya kuda kunamata before maziya chokwadi. That's fake. Kedurido. Thank you, Mid ID. Kedurido. I'm here. I'll make you straight. I told you before. Bugre Ben. Tunga, you wanna drive trucks in Australia? And this is not my road, man. This is not road. I lost everything. I lost all those trucks were on credit. It was a finance. I lost my brother. Sorry, my brother. And you know, I can license right now. And maybe on I'm farm. At the mandation. Pachao. Arabica Benz. Lose the Benz. Come and take your rice in chicken. And you're gonna marry the and you're gonna send into the hospital. So soon, they're going to go to the feed one hospital. And they're gonna choose. Then they put on Pierre. That. After dinner, my biscuits, nigga tea. Yeah. I think I fruit before bedtime. Enough. Yeah. After dinner. My snacks. I'll show you. After dinner, I toast bread when I'm margarine. In toast yummy. I gave up a cigarette in the wish. After dinner, we have a trouble. Yeah, biscuit won't trouble. After dinner. Yeah. I told her after dinner, she says, don't go to the Torah. When I go to her, no, it's about a corner. So dinner, after dinner, I bought a cup of coffee. And I didn't put it on the I don't boil. That's not a boil. That's for after dinner. Curry pork gara, but instead, that's curry pork gara. Yeah. Anyway, I'm waiting for my friend, Mr. M. Yes, I'm the boss and I'm in charge. I told you before, I'm the boss and I'm in charge. And I told you before, I'll make you straight. You have to be very careful when you're dealing with me. Very, very careful. Otherwise, hey, go deep on Jamuka. The room rate I was here. I tower in the moon. I tell you, I'm but I'm going the whole day. I tower in the moon. I don't tower in the moon. Tunapiwa foji kabana but tunapiwa foji ya tunapiwa yani foji za kwa nini foji kwa baka wanda ni muje kupiwa ndino ba foji ndita kutoa bira foji za ndino bira andina ntike foji andina maria nda ibai kaji ndo bano kumbira no dipa opana no jindi papa na bani mari papa na bala sana bazine foji na kuta ishi electric mimi naenda kuita maswali. Yeah, it's not with you. In that hospital, in hospital is. Come on,
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Moire. Yes, let's continue.
All right.
Yep.
So that's the you have gone through most of the details. Is that correct?
Yep. Just now we'll touch on one or two things. We can start now.
All right. So we're talking about this issue of fake news and what is the truth in the news.
Yes.
So from your observation, do you think that there's appetite for fiction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
And how big on a scale of 1 to 10?
Based on the people who follow me, I think 9 out of 10. I would say 10 out of 10. This time, like I'm gonna waste. I'm not going to battle this time up. 10 out of 10. Fiction, they buy fiction.
So let's go through one of the fictions. Are you HIV/AIDS positive?
No, I'm negative.
All right. Are you a mental case? Are you depressed?
I was diagnosed depression, and I said to them, I'm not depressed, but they said you are depressed. So that's the
Yeah.
doctors. Me, I'm fine. To them, it's
Then
depression.
you are looking for your mother.
Yep.
And what is the role of the mother in your book?
The role of the mother. Remember, after I did what I did, right, on my journey, you have a Facebook, right? My mother cried. And my
Yeah.
mother cried. I woke up. I said, okay, mom, I'm on my way back to you. I want to show you. Shamar Zangs and Netambanazwid. They can believe what I say to them. They can believe anything I can do. So my mother can see to Manu going, yeah, Anibas. Zimbabwe, yes, the news is Masimba Ajga Pupu. Masimba Godai, Masimba died. But the fact is, and that was Pupu. I was next door, right? So my mother, when I this video, she'll start to understand with Manu, I'm trying to help these people, right? I was trying to help them. They never asked me for help. I was trying to help them. But when I was but they believe
I'm coming 2 seconds. I got a call just.
no worries, Mzara, go for it. Mason, I'll give you the link, Mason. I'll give you the link, okay? I'll send the link now. Signoro, you are not a member here. I can't send you the link. Signoro, but there ain't meet a member. Meso Nagabadramani is a member here. So he can participate. Signoro, I'm now a celebrity. So if you want to talk to me here, you have to pay money, Signoro. Okay? Otherwise, no, no, Signoro, pay money $30, okay? Become a member here. If you don't pay money, you don't come here, Signor. I told you before. I'm the boss. I'm in charge. Badara mari, Signor. Me so naga badara mari. Do Maria you $30 you. I'm now a celebrity. I need commercial value. Besides, I my phone. How many people try to call me? I don't answer your calls anymore. And it's not time yet. Signor, wait for me to not here. This is my show. Book here. $30 book round for you to participate here. Okay, Signor. If you don't have $30, garepas. Yeah. For this show, guess what? When I put a room studio, I'm machine, or but I'm machine. One of the and then I'm marrying. So become a member. Pay $30, Signor. If you want to talk to me, pay $30. What else? We have Bengo. Just like Bengo. Can I come Masimba was never seen. Here, the structures here. Teaching you teaching you what is called a structure. I just would aid me, not here. You're not a member. No, senor. No, I can't. Not here, my brother. No, I can't do that. Also, Masimba, you're not a psycho, but you've got some personal disorder traits big time. You're manipulative and don't care about other people's feelings. Yes, I don't care. I don't care, also. I care about my feelings. Then I love everyone. Okay? Yes, that's me. I don't care about other people's feelings. I care about my feelings. But I love everyone. Thank you, Wilson. After all, you are not my doctor. So please stay in your lane, okay? Yes, I've got doctors here. Let them do their job. I'm actually fighting with them. I fired the psychiatrist yesterday, 2 days ago. And I don't want to work with you. I fired the psychiatrist. So you're dealing with Mukoma Masimba here. Vicky, thank you very much. Yes, I'm important to myself. Yes, I am. And you too are important to yourself. Okay? You're also important. This is my show, Vicky. So please, let me do my show the way I do my show. You do your show the way you do your show. You're also important. Don't forget yourself. I just wanna claim your ass and think you should be. If you with me, there's no place already stopping. Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah, got my photo in your lucky. Say I love you, then you try to change the topic. Yeah, I'll be flexing all this shit up in my wallet. Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah, I be trying to find my sanity. All these people looking at me like a gallery. Sharing all this energy, I'm like a battery. Trying to keep your ass away just like a calorie. Yeah, can't you feel this fucking tension? Yeah, what you gonna do with that pig? Come on, brother, don't forget that extension. 613, where I be, that's a blessing. Yeah, all these niggas, why they watching? I just wanna claim your ass and take you shopping. Yeah, if you with me, there's no plans on really stopping. Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah, got my photo in your lucky. Say I love you, then you try to change the topic. Yeah, I be flexing all this shit up in my wallet. Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah. All these niggas, why they watching? I just wanna claim your ass and think you should be. Yeah. If you with me, there's no plans on really stopping. Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah, got my photo in your lucky. Say I love you, then you try to change the topic. Yeah, I be flexing all this shit up in I fired the psychiatrist. I fired the psychiatrist. Okay, listen to my statement. I fired a psychiatrist. Then I fired the psychiatrist. Koza ndepi koza. Ulibwele koza. Hawa koza bindura. Ulibwele mbano wami. Ndakakuite sakakoza. Ndakakugona this time. My brother is watching. Colin Kairuka is watching. That's my brother. Mchukuni wa hamu na rapo. Colin Kairuka. Mchukuni wa hamu na rapo. Yesi mpana koza ulibo. About Colin, and Masimba chiteza music yako. Anopenga zeshuwa. That's my brother. I got that boy. Between Amun and Pan. Ana Vicky, Anzi, Anzi Wilson Kawung, Anzi family. Wilson, I'm 37 years old. Okay, I'm not a child. Okay, I'm 37 years old. Yeah, you never understand. What about those kids? If you wanna worry, what about the kids? Don't worry about me. I'm an adult. Me, I'll make you straight, Wilson. Okay.
So I think wherever a story that needs to be told takes me. Look, Yolanda.
Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah.
And they are doing this now. They are doing this because they're privilege to be in a country with it. That's not a privilege for me to be here. I apply to be here, my brother. I had to apply to be here. That's not a privilege. I qualify to be here. Stop lying, okay? So I apply to be here. Privilege.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Moire.
Yeah, so we now have Mason, yeah?
Yeah, Mason, yes. Hello, my brother Mason.
Hello, Mukoma Masimba. Hello, Mr. Mawere. How are you doing, sir?
How are you?
Ndiripo. Ma ingo ego ku South Africa ego zvino.
It's 2 o'clock, just 2:09 in the afternoon.
Okay, kuno ku UK kuno is 1:09. Yes, Miss Mukoma Masimba, what time is it? Kwamuri koko?
10 o'clock now.
Okay, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.?
PM.
All right. Saga, okay, Masura same Mukoma Masimba.
Listen, membership. Did you pay your $30?
Right, I have, you told me 30 pounds because, Makadi to Mizra link, it's on the air. I'm not to Mizra link, but anytime.
Okay, can you put the link on the comment section? Mason wants to pay the money now.
All right. What I can do is I'll send to you, and then you can send to him.
Okay, Mason.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Mason, what we have here is just digging deeper into the issue of fiction and the issue of fact. And right now, Mukoma Masimba has sold a narrative that people have accepted, and some of them actually are advising him as if they are his doctors. And you can see the way he looks.
Yes.
He has picked himself up without us visiting Australia to dress him up to know what time it is. And in life, you find that what you see about a person is not what the person is. There are people who can be married for 60 years, but not know each other. And people can live together, but not know each other. So when we say let's build communities, is to allow ourselves to know each other. Right now, I just been on the phone. I introduced some ladies who came with a problem, which is oil. They want to be involved in the oil business as women in fuel. And they said, we don't have a balance sheet. We are just too small. But can you help us? So that was last week. I then said, okay, what are your needs? They said they need oil from any of the major oil producers. And then I introduced them to a person who is connected to the oil producers. Then they wanted also another deal to supply refined products, diesel. And they have a contract. But the contract only pays after 4 days of supply. So you need to pay for the fuel. And then after you pay for the fuel, then you get paid in 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we agree. Yesterday we met for dinner with the people with the fuel. And then I ate dinner last night. Then introduced another issue and say, my company is a women's company. So I said, what is a woman in relation to value? Have you ever seen fuel called a woman or a black or a white? So I said, let's talk about value. And we exchange value for value.
Mm-hmm.
Not talk about women, men, black, white. So we can work together and find each other. So they said, can you help us with business language? You write the letter which was requested. So I said, since you are women, I want a women's letter. So can you draft a letter of what you want to say, of who you are, and what the hell must I help you to become a woman in a deal? So they wrote the letter to the person I introduced them. So he just called me now to say, these people are stupid. Do you understand? So somebody says, can we go to the subject matter? They don't want to talk about fiction. They want to talk about Mukoma, who is not fiction. Are you seeing Samite? Are you seeing Mukoma Masimba Chishka?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Is he eating? What is he drinking? Is it urine?
I can't tell from here. I don't know what's in his cup.
And if he told you that he's drinking urine, how are you going to confirm?
If I'm told
By him.
by him,
Yeah.
well, if he tells me yes, I will believe it because that's what he's telling me. That's what he's put in the cup. I
All right.
cannot argue with that because he'll be telling me that.
Yeah. So let's come, Simba. You are there. People want to hear from you. I was.
Yeah, Mr. Moyo. Remember, I told you I'm the boss. I'm in charge. Somebody tell my brother. Ndakakwanisa kuita come up na idea. Pupu. And guess what? All of them, they bought my idea. I think including you too, my brother. Somebody, I'm not sure if you also bought the idea. Tell me your side, Mr. Maida.
Me, the urine bit, the urine bit, I thought it was apple juice because there was a movement of cameras and all that. But
Correct.
on the pool bit, yeah, I actually thought it was like because yeah. Pool, I thought it was. Then later on, you said it was peanut butter, but on the drink, on the drink, I doubted you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I was just going by what you were telling me. Yeah.
You're just going with the flow.
Yeah. Going on the floor on the juice bit, but on the pool bit, I actually believe that, well, did he actually shit himself? Because I've seen you take your pants down, squat
Yes.
and move away,
Yeah, that's good. Yes. So I'm a good actor.
You are a very, very good actor.
So thank you very much, my brother. That was all acting. Yeah, I was just trying to put a point there, fiction versus fact. Don't challenge and never want to, especially those people interested in Zimbabwean politics. Fiction versus fact. Not what they say, what you see. But how do you know what you know is true? Yes.
Yeah. Ndosaka pepe patikazoita conversation ndaitizvo aiwa inini one gaba redovira wokutaura ndakuruna. Saka it's
Yes.
difficult for me to believe that it is peanut butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pepe, it was actually quite difficult to tell because it was looking like Ungeji, you had actually totally lost your mind because your health was deteriorating as well. Like kuona kwanda itainin pa weight yako, kuchinja kwako and the like. On this guy's angari ma makeup artist ere, angari chi, but it was a difficult one to call.
Method, what's your take? People want to hear method.
Yes.
People don't want to hear. People like to method.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hello, Samaita Muriboy.
Andre Boy in general, I'm say.
I'm okay. Thank you. And thank you so much for giving me this platform, Masimba and Miss Mawe. Like I always say, Nasi, I'm going to go easy on metaphysics because last time when I went on metaphysics, everybody's like, you're nyarare or chi. So I'm going to go easy. I'm going to take my time. Okay. I'm just going to papariga, okay? I'm going to take it easy. Right. Mukoma Masimba, Inini, I'm almost in your same bracket like you, right? I can pretty much read your mind. And with numbers, if you're gonna go back to the history of the magicians, the greatest magician in history, is Houdin. Now, a great magician is somebody who can Houdin. I think somebody I think one of the Houdin, right?
The great Houdini.
The great Houdini, yes, sir. And the greatest magician is somebody who can manipulate reality, fiction, to make it look like a reality. That's what a magician does. And if you're gonna go back in the history of human beings, the greatest magicians were called witchcraft because it's a craft. The witchcraft, right? Those are two words put in one. A witchcraft because it's a craft. Right. Now, to create any illusion is somebody who can manipulate. It's all about psychology, it's all about philosophy, and it's all about understanding how the human mind works. Saka imimi Mukoma Masimba, you are the greatest Zimbabwean magician, right? Maga create an illusion yekuti Zimbabweans tagara yedu zvedu susu katagara tiri gullible. We always believe anything anyway. Maikeda. That's why Isusu, we never understand what's a reality and what's not reality, what's fiction and what's not fiction. Pane wede nechirungu ronzi gullible, and I'm samaita gullible zvinorevachi because ndoziva munoziva chirungu mimi. Zvinorevachi neshora. Okay, gullible, I think in English is somebody who is easily convinced, somebody who can be just convinced. Asking about questions, because in Zimbabwe our problem there could see we never question, we accept, but we never question anything. Sagachi, but we never stand with our 2 feet with Iowa. I've got a mind, a body, and a soul. I can actually question something. At such anything. Saga Mukoma Masimba can just come on a social media platform. Apana number bvunza kuti Mukoma Masimba avana mboshandiswa here nze Weetabix. Avana mboshandiswa here Weetabix vakaisa mvura and chi. We never question that. Mukoma Masimba, is it possible kuti vashandisa here nze apple juice? No, we never question that. Nekuti isusu we believe what we see. And this transcends into our politics, into our economics, into our way of living. Nekuti we never question anything. Saka, to answer your question short, Mukoma Masimba, I was 50-50, but I was lying towards the fact that it's all fiction.
Okay. So you thought it was fiction? You didn't buy my story? Because of metaphysics?
No, that didn't a question mark. That didn't a question mark. That didn't go in a question mark.
Beautiful. Mr. Amawere, ndatumira anonzi signoro link Signora Mukoma Masimba kubadala membership yangu ndi add pa camera. Can you please Signora, can you add Signora? Natumira link. Signora.
All right, no worries. You came and left.
He came and left. Okay, Signora, come back. Then can you also please send a link to Abiman Deshona? He seems to know more about Australian mental health. He's a professional here. I want to talk to him one-on-one. Mason, I want you to listen, okay? You're going to be the mediator, okay? Abiman Deshona, come on the camera, my brother.
Yeah, but you need you got the link anyway. So if you have his number, because sometimes when you send here, they don't see it.
Okay, let me send you the link, Abiman Deshona. Okay, Abiman Deshona, because he's in, the good thing about it, he works here in Australia. I know about mental health. So I want him to talk to me one-on-one. But I want him before, that I will make him straight. He has to be very careful.
Kuna
Okay?
Mason, one question I want to kuvunza
Go ahead, Mason.
Pandaramba kuita gullible. Anditi. Saka looking at our communities is Zimbabwean. What do you think kutoti chinotisakisa kutoti tive tiri gullible?
Very.
Because whatever it is, majority we are just like that. That's what we do. We believe what's put out there. We believe what's put out in the media. What do you think makes us be like that?
Very good question, sir. Very good question. Very good question. And I appreciate you asking me that question. There is the 3 reasons, in my opinion, and Mukoma Masimba I just want to put it out there, in my opinion, right? There is the 3 reasons, Samaita, why we Zimbabweans are gullible. The first thing is indoctrination. Indoctrination that comes through a religion, right? That's number 1. Number 2, it's colonization. Colonization not only of our physical self, but of our mind. And 3, the acquiescence to the illusion of power, right? Acquiescence to the illusion of power. Yekutishi tinongoti kana munhu ari pa certain position, that person is not supposed to be questioned. Nekutishi takangokura takangodaro sabuka wabvunzwe zvinhu mudhara baba wabvunzwe something, baba vanokwanisa kuuya vakadhakwa votaka kudhaya mai votaka kuita sei kuti aiwa baba wabvunzwe anything. It's the acquiescence to the illusion of power. Baba can be asked. Saka, to answer your question shortly, to summarize it, it's a religion, indoctrination, acquiescence of power, and I might stick another 4th reason, another 4th thing, the education. Our education system yedu yakati dzidzisa kuti tingova conformity, right? To just conform to the rules and regulations, whether they're artificial, whether they're real or not. Saka meno kana, you can do a follow-up question, kana Mchida.
No, I think that 3 my reasons. Don't know fungira. I agree with you. First 3 ones, I think I've always thought do anusaksoti TV takadaru, but I don't go from your point of view. Then number 4, dinema doubts now, because more African continent hakuna munhu anoda kuzviita seakadzidza kupfuura muZimbabwe. Hakuna munhu anoonera mumwe munhu wese kuimwe nyika kama Africa mese kupfuura muZimbabwe. Saka I doubt it, but what makes them be like this here when we all claim that we are the most intelligent African continent? And then kune vamwe vanhu vanokwanisa kunge vachizviresista vatinoona kunge vasiri as intelligent as us. As educated as us. Because there's a difference between being intelligent and being educated, right?
That's true. 100%.
But yeah, I'm with you on this one. First 3, I'll take them.
Okay, Paul.
Right, thank you.
Okay, Mukoma Masimba, it's up to you, sir.
That's true.
Okay, Abiman, check your input. Link Abiman Deshona. Come here, please. I want to talk to you. Okay, Signor Magadi, Signor.
Panani phone kuta noise.
Signor.
It's up to you, sir.
Signor, I'll take you in. The link I've been shown. Well, can you?
All right. Follow-up question, Mr. Mason, since I'm wakanyarara nini.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Saka panema points samataura andika. How best do you think kutotizo we can approach this kutotizo vanhu vasave vari gullible? How can we make it
Right.
right? Because that is wrong, anditi. Kana vanhu vari
Yes.
chiita izvozvo. How best do you think apa patakuitira future generation? Because asura toti tirambe chingopasa same trait yatinayo yatotoziya tichitoona kutoti izvozvi zviri wrong. And like fanga for an example pamataura kuti izvo munhu mukuru wekuzimbabwe anditi one anonzi ndiye anotanga kunhonga nyama kana chinzi kana vanhu vapakurwa mupureti anditi zvinhu zvakatogara zvotoinstolwa matirunzi mukuru ndiye so but pareality chepuka panofanira kunge pachitangwa mudiki because tinofanira kunge tichiziva kuti children first noti vanhu vakuru one anditi number two unokwanisa kuona futi chika kune vanhu vanoita mahelpers mumba vaya kuzimbabwe vanonzi mamaids anditi ini ndovanzira kusenzesa teme yekuti helper kana kuti child minder. Munhu unoona munhu ka mumba make so bedroom anosiya akira jewelry yake imomo kana lofure chingwa akira mubedroom but overseer same person wasiri kutrusta naye nejewelry iroro akachengeta most important possession yake mwana wake osiya akamutrusta naye but you cannot trust that person with the loaf of bread yakira omo with the saka how can we overcome this? How can we fix this?
Right. Obviously, in Mimineni, we are almost, I don't know how old you are, but I can tell that you are kind of young, Sagachi. I'm going to categorize you, and please forgive 45. Me. I'm just 45. Okay, that's good. Because I'm in my 40s. I'm nearly 40. Sagachi, we're almost in the same category, sir. Saga, in Mimineni, we are classified as young people, right? Pachivani, Chedisus. I mean, if we're gonna look at our tradition and culture, right? Saka in our muchitsika chedu chivani chedu samaita Mukoma Mawere Mr. Mawere Mukoma Masimba chivani chedu, you're not supposed to question it, and it's almost like it's a set in stone kuti ndizo zvakabva kare ndo zvatinofana kufollowa. Saka in my opinion, we need to go back to we need to revisit our tradition and culture. Tione kuti we need to revisit kuti ndezve chokwadi here, or has somebody tampered with our tradition and culture, right? Nekuti how come isusu tikanazotarisa history yedu, and I'm sure kuti Signora vanoziva more about history more than me, but we used to be great people. Takavaka anonzi mazimbare mabwe. We've achieved so much.
Excuse me, Mason, sorry, just a second. Signor Magadini.
Yes,
Signor Magadini. Signor,
you should unmute.
Mr. Mason, I partly agree and I partly disagree, because I think that like fanga my examples and up and I don't think that it's necessarily up to culture, because it's common sense.
Aha, and that's Mukoma Masimba vazo.
Because
Mukoma Masimba vazo.
Culture yekuti zo munhu nosiya wakira rofu osiya wachengetesa mwana imomo.
aiwa mukoma Masimba vazongopindira zvavo vangobvawo somewhere vanga vasina kunzwa zvanani because handasina kupedzisa hangu kwese answer yangu nekuti magona ipapa because zvimwe zvachona zvinongoda inonzi oblongata mustreet toti oblongata which is logic and reasoning and most of the time isusu chinoita kuti tive gale.
Just a second, signoro.
Wrong this side. Triple Magadi and
Dimkoma Masimba.
Hello, Africa.
$30.
Jambo Africa.
I don't think it is Signor Arkunzwa. He can't hear you.
Hello, Magadi iko.
Magadi signor.
Right, I've got a bit of a delay. I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, now that's better.
I could have responded, but I don't want to spoil the show. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the show. Magadi Linjani, Jambo Africa, how are you? Jambo, Munjani, Signor Warukunzwa Zaganaka Naka is just a delayed broadcast. Fire. So can I go ahead, Masimba?
Oh, signor, Mukuni is very senior. 1 to Mukuni is very senior.
Because I can hear you loud and clear. Message.
Drop him. Slow.
It's a delayed. It's a delayed broadcast.
Maybe
it's a delayed
maybe
broadcast,
share
but I can hear you very loud.
Maybe share some headphones.
Yeah. So I was just saying, Magadi may say hello Zimbabwe, hello
That's
Africa,
better.
Jambo Africa, Linjani, Munjani. So yeah, you were saying something about culture, values, and traditions. Is that so?
Signor,
is that so?
Signor, Mr. Boy, please, what drop your joke? Very slow. It's slow for now.
Just guide me correctly. What exactly you want me to say?
Number one, Signor, you promised to pay $30 to be a member. I'm going to send you the link. Right? Mr. Moire,
one of us,
but join it was very slow.
Mine is.
One of my headphones said, maybe you might want to try that.
The rest. So somebody is saying Andinzwa. Anything is cheating.
Okay, it looks like there's a problem with the Signor.
Yes, probably you come back again. Yes, to join again.
How do you want me to proceed? Very loud.
Sinyoronga wambo refresher phone yawa.
Exactly. I think either that kana uti dzokaine ne my headphones.
Sabason,
Yes,
how do you
sir.
see this? We want to say Bogre Benzi.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna come back to that, yeah, because obviously Panavan Warukona and Kumbiro Samaita kuti vabvunze and that question again because obviously there was a bit of a disruption. Yamadi bvunza, yeah, then we're gonna carry on. Those kupindura Mukoma Masimba, so we can have a little bit of continuity here and a bit of clarity here.
Problem yatochika panapa ndeyekuti zvichika tatombotiza nyaya yachona ndetika dai ana Mr. Speaker kaka vachimbomira kuti kana debate ichitsvaka maquestions asati apindurwa ka voregera kukata munhu anenge achitaura ka vojambira kune mumwe munhu vozi kuzodzokera kumashure ikoko ndanga ndasvika papi ndatokanganwa and bozi apa patahodzwa taendeswa uko ndanga chitora toti what do you think the solution is then what is and I think we have to look back into my culture tonyatsa revise ndakati but I don't think that it all comes up to culture and religion and beliefs. Some of it is just common sense.
Yes, ndo patakatawirane papa before Mukoma Masimba cut me up. Saka just to give a little recap to just refresh memory yema viewers. Ndekuti madibvunza kuti tata bvunza kuti Zimbabwe chichiri kunetsa tikati amaz. I think most of the problem ndekuti we are so gullible and gullible ina angushona inombonetsa sometimes but gullible means you are easily persuasive. Zvakafanika kuzwa kuti no denga riri red. Ungoti okay denga riri red but you know that is a blue. Maiketa but saka kana ungori munhu kuti zvese zvaungodzwa unoziva inonzi teacher syndrome yeah teacher anokuziva kuti 2 plus 2 equals 5 wobva 2 plus 2 equals 5 but unozoziva kuti 2 plus 2 equals 4 but because the teacher akudza ndio inonzi gullibility iyoyo. That's what the word gullible means.
Sorry, but again the same time if you say kuti munhu akatira kuti denga riri red but muchiziva kuti riri blue again you are gullible as well because who said the color blue is blue? Who said the color green is green?
Yangangori example because if you're gonna go deeper, Mukoma Masimba, because there is no color blue because that color blue that you see is just an illusion because there is no such a thing as color blue. All the colors. No, we're not gonna go that deeper. All the color comes from the color black. Yes, that rainbow color. Those 7 colors. As a matter of fact, those 7 colors that you see on the Zimbabwean flag. That Zimbabwean flag, I mean, this is a sidetrack, but that Zimbabwean flag, they come from one color, and that Zimbabwean flag is a Masonic flag, right? You know, a Freemason Masonic flag. That's a 5-sided star that you see on the white side here. That's a Masonic symbol, and that bird that you see, that's an eye of Horus. You know, Kukemute. Saka, that's another story. Anyway. Saka, going back, Jamati Vunza, kuti isusu in our culture, it's normal. Babano 3 o'clock, 4 morning. Vaka dako soja onedoro. Votaka udimanda chikafu. Maya vakara. Right? It's normal. Kuti ndofana kubhadharira mukadzi aite mukadzi wangu. We call it lobola. Right? And if you go to India is the other way around. It's the woman's family that pay you. The makarona mu Indian is the woman's family that will pay you the money.
True.
Right? Saga, inini, what I'm trying to say, not only do we have to revise our perception, but in Gadishan logic and reasoning, something that we have not been using for a long time. Nekuti takau varungu vakau, they came and colonized our country in the 18th century, and in the 13th century, Portuguese vakau with the Roman Catholic in introduced Christianity. But Isusu, if our history does not start from the 13th century, or from where Christianity came from, or from where colonization came from, our history goes way back. Saka ngatimboshandisewo chifungwa kuti aiwa, we can question things. We can question the constitution. We can question Baba. We can question Mr. Mawere. We can question Mr. Mukoma Masimba. We can question those people who we call authority. We can question them. How else can you progress as a people, as a nation? Imimi kuti, from a boy to, from a baby to a boy to a man to a dad to a grandchild, a grandfather. You have to question it, and you have to question not only yourself, but you have to question your surroundings. Saka, yes, we need to go back. Let's revise culture. Let's also use logic and reason. Let's question a lot of things.
Okay, so basically you're saying that in Zimbabwe as a nation, we are not evolving. Apart from evolution.
Thank you. That's a very good word. Evolution of what? Evolution of the psyche, of the mind. Evolution of the mind. Saka imimi, Samaita, I know that you're a very intelligent man. What are the aspects here evolution? Evolve. Right? Change. That's good. Change for what? Change of what?
Progress. Going forward.
Change forward. You know, the progressive forward. In English they call it progressive thinking, right? Because the opposite of progression is a regression. Regression is going backwards, but progression is going forward. So it's also for us to go forward, which means we need to challenge ourselves, question things. Let's big questions.
Okay, yeah, very good. Saka ndofunza tichienderana neculture yedu isusu anitika. For an example, wambotaura pape wakati munhu anobvisa lobola paculture yedu isusu zvinonzi mukadzi anoita mabasa akadai so neakadai so. Inini kuna varume vakawanda vandinoziva kana kuti vanotedzera zveculture yedu izvi. Let's say kuti mwana amesa napkin apa. Unoona murume ka anodaidza kuti sisi amai mwana napkin ada kuchinjwa uyu anotika vashoma vekuti unoona anovhunza kuti vashoma unoona anosumuka asina kubvunza kuti mawipes ari papi napkin riri papi obva angochinja chinyararire because vanofira kunge risiri job ravo. And munhu wemukadzi akataura kuti ko iwewe what are you doing ita so chinokwanisa kunge chitori kana chifight kuti andikwanisa kudzvisirwa mumba kwavo kunze atere. And then my tables are very quickly. And so how are they supposed to be able to do that when they are compressed? When the law in our culture compresses them to progress, to evolve.
Right. Is it written in the Zimbabwean constitution that a woman is supposed to listen to a man? Is it written in the Zimbabwean constitution that a man is the figurehead of the house? Yes. Yeah. And no, and this is too, because if you're gonna go back, pani two Macau priests, colonization, we need to revisit our culture, we need to revisit our tradition, right? Colonization. Okay, we're not gonna touch upon it. That's another story, but that was one of the things, right?
Okay, so basically, do you feel like culture isina kururama kana chinida kuti tidzokere koko revise tigadzise zvimwe zvinhu? Do you feel like kuti culture yedu iri wrong in certain parts?
Yes, Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna go back to that word again, Ramataura, because I didn't bring it. You Mataura and Mimi. Evolution. You will need to evolve. Mukanatso kutarisa the history of the Americans. Pane, they went through, the Enlightenment period. Enlightenment period. That's ndopa vaka drafter, the Constitution. The Declaration of Independence and the amalgamation. You must test as the 54 states of America. That's why we've got the United States of America, because vakaita evolving, because they were under the rulership of the British, and it kind of Europe. There was something here in the Renaissance. And the Renaissance, they would evolve. No, we don't have to live in a monarchy. We don't have the king is not the end of and the end all, right? Saka, in every culture that you see, the evolvement. Saka, isusu tinofana ku question if things aren't working for us, because we are stuck kudara. Ngati progress. If something is not working, zvakafanana, the perfect example nde iyo kutanze, simply because senior samaita vakabhadhara rora. Just because makabhadhara rora, it doesn't mean your wife is your slave. It doesn't mean kuti imimi munokwanisa kuroka, or you can rock in anytime you want. 3-4 o'clock in the morning, more demand sadza, more demand anything. And the wife is not even supposed to question you. But in our culture, it's acceptable. It's acceptable, right?
Yes, yeah. And Panama BC, I do agree totally, because that's how I feel as well. So on that one, they say back.
Yeah, Saka to cut the long story short, Saka ta agree yaka imimi neni kutishi sometimes yes, kunevan vakuru. I know the Mr. Mawere is like our father Isu taka kura no, you shouldn't question things. Unofana kuita say but you know what? Young people like us, we can see the loopholes, we can see what's working and what's not working. Saka imimi neni say kugara pass. No, we need to question things. We need to question this tradition. We need to question this line of thoughts. We need to question this way of thinking, right? Vakuru wangu mfano waukanga satsika. Saka ndo patinofana kugadzirisa ipapa kuti tosangana nevakuru sei ipapa. Where can we meet?
Yeah, Saka, I think that is maybe stories to reach out to Vakuru, because Vakuruga, they can easily disown you for things like that. Here, you can be disowned. Saka, maybe it's more to do with Varipamsora than Varipas. But manja again is dangerous to repair a man instead of building a child. To try and repair a man.
Right.
It's never a good idea to try and repair a man that to build a child. Saka balance ya chena no neta, because avar kumsoro kaka madara genge eduga kutu achichunika unosanganiswa nekudisonwa ikoko kwanini.
Yes. Saka, it's almost like zvakafanana nenguva ye slave trade yaka, right? Obviously a slave master and a slave, right? Saka, who's got the moral ground? Who can call the shots there? Is it the slave or is it the slave master? Saka, vakuru vedu avakava tikavatanga kuvaquestiona kuti izvi zvamurikita kaizvi handifungi kuti zviri fair. Handifungi kuti mai vedu vari kufara. Handifungi kuti isusu tiri kufara. But again, vakwanisa kuti iwe mufane yoga. No, waamurungu, wakakanganiswa nevarungu, wakutanga kuonesa, wakutanga kuita sei, wakutanga sei. Saka we're gonna go back to that word that you say, chicha evolve say. How can you progress? We are stagnant. Munozaino is stagnant. Takangomira tiri papa. Hakuna kwatiri kuenda.
So maybe
we can only
So maybe what we need to start doing is stop trying to repair these men here and start building children. Let's focus kuzasu. Because in do vachachinjisa zvinhu ndo ma generation ari kuya avo vari kudenga totongomirirawo kana Mwari vaita sekuda kwavo, because ndokuenda kwenhingirini yajona nditi. Sorry, no offense.
Right. Saka vakura vatongo vasiya kuti vangoti.
Awa, ndikutora
No.
instead of titry kuda kuisa energy yedu kuda kunoenda kunova repair madhara azvibude, because it at end neculture yedu inotisunga. Saka I think kuti ti-evolve takutotanga tofana kutanga kutonature vari kukura nekuvaeducata vari kukura kuti izvi zvazviitwe izvi zvakatopfuura kudhara izvi zvekuti mukadzi anonzwai ndiri murume ndiri chii, because madhara yariko haungavaudze izvozvo kuti mukadzi wako unofanira kuti tiita kudai so paculture yedu isusu.
Right. Very good point, sir. Very.
Okay. Just to interrupt. Okay, guys, those who are watching, this is a C2C connection. Mukoma Masimba. Okay, let's try to rephrase everything. Okay, basically, we are trying to build a community here. So for you to be a member, it's $30 to be a member. Then you can also participate. Remember, we are still starting, and time structures. This is going to be like a show. Maybe Mukoma Masimba get a show 1 hour. Mason can do his own show. Somebody can do his own show. So we are still building up. That's why please come join us. Membership fee of only $30 to be a member here. Okay? Shangitani weekly shows maybe a day, 1 hour a day. Mason is here already. So we put a lot to talk. Can you see? In the moment, for now. We are still trying to build up this platform. Yes, C2C. Abimani Shona, I want to talk to you. I know you haven't paid any money, but I requested to talk to you, Abimani Shona. Challenging me in the comment section. Please come. Link inbox. You can come. For now, we are still touching a lot of topics for now. Just to show you what it needs a lot to do. Remember, this is a new platform, a new idea. So, if in South Africa you pay 500 rands to be a member, then time must practice edu. It's like a TV at build palapa. Okay, Mason, go ahead. This is Mason. How are you?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Senior Windog, brother Senior Windog. No, brother Senior Samaita. Right. Yes, guys, listen, this is actually a very, very good idea because Tiripa one place, this is like a television for us in Zimbabwe on social media and all your celebrities, I'm not a celebrity, and somebody tell us our celebrity, my participants, and we can, but all your favorite people, they can be here. You can see them here, you can question them, you can discuss with them. But Tineta, my programs are that we can have fragments. If you got any specialty subject, something that you're good at, you can host it. Then you can have people who can come and question or you can debate with. Like, we are not actually touching on a specific subject. But obviously, as a baby, as you know, you bump into furniture, as time goes on, we're going to have a structured conversation, a structured program. Saka,
100%, Mason, that's correct. Yes. So far, Tukubata Pakawanda, can you see? Could name a topics I want to discuss? You can be a part of this conversation as well. All you need to do, $30 to be a member, right? If you don't have the money right now, if you promise to pay, we can aid you. We can aid you right now. Pana Samaita, Pana Mason, Pana Mr. Mawere. For now, I'm going to challenge Mason. Mason, you're talking about colonization. Mr. Mawere, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you please discuss colonization with Mason? That's a very big topic, but let's try to summarize. Mason, what is your understanding about colonization?
Mukoma Masimba, isi page Mukoma Masimba musanditira God papa we are just having a conversation.
I think people are asking, and some might, why should I pay when I can just go on social media and then I get access? What is the reason for paying?
Mukoma Masimba, I think you can answer that one.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
No. I think it can't be. Mukoma Masimba, if you were asked to go to heaven and there was a free ticket, would there be chaos or not?
Is that question directed to me?
Yeah.
I don't even believe that there's a heaven anywhere. I think heaven is on earth.
Thank you.
Heaven
Thank you
is
very
here.
much.
Life is what you make it.
Imagine you fall in love with a woman and you have nothing and you go out to lunch. What should follow?
Imagine I don't have money.
Yeah, and you really fall in love with this woman.
Well, in any way I don't mix love and money. If we are hungry, if we are both hungry and she's got the money, she can foot the bill. If she doesn't have, we can go and cook home.
No, but we are not asking theory. Imagine soccer was not organized. Would it be better for that?
I feel like you're asking me this question here, and there's a certain answer that you're expecting from me. But unfortunately,
no.
Let me come to the rescue.
Let me go
Let me come to the rescue. Let me come to the rescue here. Isusuma Zimbabweans. Okay, Pindai.
Because let's say Samaita is too smart for all of us. Let's go to an average person. Mason, let's say you're average. And let's get an average answer.
Right. I don't know what's an average answer, but the problem in Dekuti, everything in life is valued, right? And the reason why Samaita is invited here, because Samaita has got value. Samaita has got something that is valued by people, and Samaita has got something that people can learn from. And as for myself, I would like to think and somebody might benefit from what I say. Obviously, not everybody is going to agree with what I say, but ndinokwasa kuintroduce something. Sakachi, when I introduce something, ukaenda kushop, the reason why ukaona ime microwave is 50 pounds, ime iri 100 pounds, ime iri 300 pounds, is because akasiyana ma levels achona. Saka, it's so easy. Yes, you can go on social media. Yes, you can go to any platform. You can get whatever that you want. But jine substance here, jine kakuremera here. Javane chikaf. You know, I'm sure Samaitake will testify to this. If you order any Chinese, right? Jinonaka. Yes, on a Friday night, jinonaka. Right, but there's no substance here. About a half an hour or an hour later, when they go to Gonzara, but you can just sad or got Jeda in my eye. You get whatever.
There's somebody with okay, so I guess let's maybe the best way to approach it is that where you have order and structure, you have value in it. because you can schedule, you can plan. You just don't come to people and say, I have a show and we don't know what time is going to take place. We don't know what issues need to be discussed. We don't know who is going to be attending to the platform Iripo, because there are many issues of concern that require conversations. And if you are not organized, there's somebody who is got another device. Who's got another device? Because there are many issues of concern.
Yeah,
Senor, hello, yeah, he's gone. I think he's the one with the device. So, yeah, let's talk about organization one day and what is required in terms of organization, so that even if it's soccer, basketball, netball, even if you wanted to attend the match, there are many people who would want to attend the match, but some can't because it's organized. If you have 60,000 seats, it means you allocate the 60,000 seats. And that's the organization. There is a stadium that accommodates those who want to play. There is also other channels to deliver the content. You can watch on TV. You can also watch on your app, whatever the case. So it means whatever we say, whatever we do, even on subject matters of fact versus fiction, it's not just Mukoma Masimba who is writing a book about fact versus fiction. And it's just a dramatization of the reality of life. And life allows others to want to talk at the same time. Want 48 hours, 24 hours to be allocated, and how best do you allocate it, and which issues are critical in the allocation. So that requires administration. Even religion requires order, organization, so that you can build the place of worship and be able to build it to accommodate the people who want to worship. So that's the examples I can give. If you have others, you can also add. And somebody says views are dropping. Perhaps they should drop so that we have order and organization than chase after views. So we can't.
Mr. Mawere, panani echo.
And be able to build it to accommodate the people.
Somebody's going to echo there.
Somebody's got an echo. All right, go ahead.
Signoro, are you there?
If you have others, you can also add.
Signor.
I think in network, Signore, guys.
Right. Mr. I was just going to add on some of the things that you say, right? The problem is twofold, right? First of all, I'm somebody who always go back to history, because I think history is always going to tell you, in our culture, even because once you know where you came from, you're going to know where you're going. And Rome wasn't built in a day. Saka Murugutaya platform, the likes of myself, I'm into metaphysics, something that you guys have probably never heard of, right? And vanokada sana samaita were very, very intelligent people there, right? Vanu ideas avo and in one platform, right? And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more other people vane zvinhu zvavo zvavakwanisa kutidzidzisa kunoko. We are rebuilding a country to diaspora kunoko, right? Saka this is our platform yekuti you can bring whatever that you have. Ukwanisa kuhosta show yako and you can introduce whatever that you have, right? Whether you are into business, whether you are into architect, whether you are into whatever, right? The problem Dekuti Mazimbabwe, and I'm gonna go back to Nabutaura before. We are so indoctrinated munakatanga something muni itsotsi muni impava muni aruda mari yangu varuda they want to fetch in their pockets and everything. Amumbofunge kuti maybe somebody's got your interest at heart. Maybe mumwe arobatsira something genuinely. Inini I know I can read my comments vangu vananzi mfana uyu anotaurisa afunza rakangwara. I never claimed to be an intelligent person. As a matter of fact, Mukoma Masimba, senior, Mr. Mawere, I've never been to university. I didn't get a degree in it. But for the past 6 years, I've been doing what's called independent researching. My subjects are in order, which is occult knowledge, esoteric knowledge, symbology, and ancient knowledge, and hidden secret societies like the Freemasons and the Rosicrucians. I've been doing that for the past 6-7 years. At least this university, this is my own interest. But ndokwasa kuintroduce kune vanhu vanozvifarira. Saka in a way, to answer your question, this is a platform I can introduce my subject, my show, and vanhu vanozvifarira, they can come. Vanokada sana signora Nana Samaita, we've got different aspects of zvavanoziva. They can come here and they can do their thing. Saka, but we need to find value. We need to know kuti ngatingafungidzira kuti vanhu vese vanoda kuba mari, vanhu vanoda kusese, because this is what we've been brought up with. Takangofungidzira munhu wese mbavha. Let's change our ngatichinje mafungire edu. Let's change our perception. And we're going to go back to the account and tradition. Yeah.
Miss, one question for you, Mister. When you say we,
yes,
I always challenge you. Makura wakete.
No, me. Okay.
You
okay. I'm
but Mukoma Masimba mimida mchimbosia muna chimbotaura. You are going in and out. You just stand up, you go. You come back in the middle of a conversation muna pakati. Ba mochinja modirela nyaya totangisa nyaya. Mosumuka moenda modzoka futi munhu ari pakati pekutaura zvina. I don't think that's right.
Right now ndokurana kubackground I'm busy inviting people right no background. Logistics, administration.
Ko ari kutaura uyu madu musiyapedza.
Ndakuti the way the young we
Mukoma Masimba demambo nyara ipai chance samaita because she ndapedza ngavachitaurawo zvavanoda kutaurawo.
Okay, remember guys,
remember. Again, I think zvakakosha still kuti kana chita ma discussion anaya Mukoma Masimba.
Excuse me guys, at the moment, right? We are still building up this page. Those are to touch my topics akawanda. Right? Then Marie, simple. If you want to be part of this conversation, you have to pay $30 to be a member. Comment section is free. Remember, we are building up something new here. Are you getting me? If you are watching, just to show you, there's a lot of topics to do. Structures, maybe Monday, Mason on Tuesday. I'm away pakat. We are still starting up something new. Say the moment please about comments and I'm just walk. Thank you.
Inga does that tower on that. They explain that one. I spent over 10-15 minutes just to explain that one. And anyway, Samaita, please say if you've got anything that you want to chip in, if you want to add on, please.
For now, I think I'm all right. But maybe I'm going to try to rephrase what you have said, what Mr. Mawere has said, and what Masimba has said. Per question, why do we have to pay per free platform? Okay, so I'm going to this platform here. From the looks of it, it's a very, very educational platform. people are going to gain more than $30 that they're going to put in knowledge, not kutoti muhomwe. Saka it's up to you. Zvakafanira kutoti munhu anobhadharira mwana chikoro school fees kutoti aende kuchikoro ka, aende kunodzidza, awane knowledge ne-education yekutoti aite better life yake zuva ramangwana. So it's up to an individual. Kana uda kuenda kuchikoro unobhadhara, kana usikade kuenda kuchikoro unongogara kumba. If you think that you can self-educate yourself, you should do. And if you don't feel comfortable, haikona kuisa zvakafanana nekuda kuisa kuti mari yechema ibatirwe munhu bvudzi. And zvinoenderana newewe nerelationship yako yanga unayo nemufi, neconscience yako nemamorals ako. Anenge aisa mari yake yechema chereka kumuchallenge ototi uri kuisire chii mari yechema, uri kubirwa mari, hufu wazotengwa ndiwo $5, isusu mari yese macontribution taisa $50. Haichasiri place yako iyo. Munhu nemunhu ngaziye place yake. If you're not comfortable, hakuna kufoswa. Move on. If you like it and you're interested, you pay. Then tenda kumberi.
Yes.
That's what I
From
think.
Yes. Yes, from what I gather from Mr. Mawere and Mukoma Masimba, it's not the comment section. Comment section you don't have to pay; it's free of charge. Variku kuunzwa pa camera, variku hosta, variku presenta zvinhu zvavo, ndo vari kubhadhara £30 because see, vanofunzira vane value. Inini ndine zvinhu zvangu zvandinoziva, saka ndinokwanisa kuita chi, whether it's a half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever it is, ndokwanisa kupresenta yangu. Samaita, you can come, you can bring Zavanoziva. In comment section, you are not obliged to pay. No, you can come in. But she Mr. Mawere.
The first thing is that when first organizing people, it means we can do many things. Let's just take, for example, people who want to send money home or who want to do projects at home. When we are organized, we know who is where. We know who is the doctor, who is the nurse. This morning we're talking about solar. There are people who want solar at home, but they don't live in Zimbabwe. They can pay for solar using an e-commerce platform. It's not just about talking, it's about organizing. Some may not know the history of Old Mutual. The people who started Old Mutual were not old people. They were young people, but they used the media to talk about the need to secure a future after work, when somebody dies, or when something happens. It's not just about talking. It means you can do, in this digital age, you can be a bank because people want to use the platform to make payments. It means you know each other well, you got projects, you can do crowdfunding, not just approach one person. If one of us is an entertainer, it means you can have your comedy shows and the people can pay in advance. Those who are prophets, it means you can have sessions that are organized where you can talk to your prophet one-on-one on a prescribed time. Then if it's about rule of law, constitutionalism, what is required to make the country, some people left and is still there, it means you can compare notes. How does government work? How do we ensure accountability? How do we ensure that bad news travels very fast? How do we embarrass each other so that others may learn from it? How do we learn from other people's experiences? So it's not so much one-sided. When I started the bank, the bank had to open, had to provide a service, and but I started talking to people on television meeting with people, do we need a bank in Zimbabwe for the diaspora community where you can call a branch manager and say, I'm in Austria, I need a loan, but my assets are in Austria. How do I secure a loan to pay for the things that I need to pay for? Who do I talk to? Who do I get mentorship from, advice from? And how do I organize myself to benefit from other people's experiences? It's not just this platform, but if we know each other, it means if I want to send money to Zimbabwe and I get a black market rate, I'll be called a criminal. But if I take my own US dollars and go to Zimbabwe and convert them into Zimbabwe dollars, I can get the maximum from somebody who needs them. But if we are in one community, I may find somebody who's got Zim dollars and wants medicines or outside Zimbabwe. I can pay for the medicines, then I don't send currency. I just price the medicines, including the exchange rate plus my profit. But where do I know who is who? Unless we have a common platform, because the people who follow on social media, after you close the show, you won't know who is who. You just see a number, 100 people are watching, but you don't know. You rather have 10 people who are watching and you know them and you build something together than have hundreds of people who just want to hear your voice and want to make a fool out of you. But at home, you have nothing to eat. So if we have people who entertain us, we go to Hollywood, whether it's Nollywood, Bollywood, but still people have to pay, but it's organized fixtures so that people are organized. And if it's a debate, it will be those for and those against the motion. And those will be able to put their arguments in an organized and structured way, rather than what we are doing. We come here, talk, and we are going back and forth. But there is no resolution of anything concrete. So if we want to change the exchange rate policy, that if I have $1 US and I have to be forced to sell my US dollar at $80 per US dollar, and I go outside the bank, somebody can give me $120 to $1 US, and somebody, who would you go and sell to? And Mason, if
Yes,
there
sir.
are two lines, one that gives you $80.
Hello?
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 Is that Samaita? Okay, let's get a Mason.
Yes, sir.
If you were to go, there are two queues.
Yeah.
One queue that gives you $120 per $1 US,
Mm-hmm.
and another queue $80. Which one would you go to?
It's a no-brainer, sir. I'll go for the $120.
All right. Why
Yeah.
would you go for the 120?
Because I get more money.
You get more value out of your scarce US dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if that is the case, why would any government think you are stupid to go and surrender your scarce $1 US for $80 when there's somebody willing to pay 120?
Very, very, very good question. Is it something that's a reflection of our economy, or is it something that is a rhetorical, sir? Murundizwa. Asna donagan. Murundizwa.
Yes, Mason, go ahead.
Murundizwa. Ko Masimba where vadona na Samaita.
No, maybe those are things that were also giving administration behind the scenes. So, Mason, yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Masimba, ask me any question now. I'm all yours now. Yeah.
Okay, Mason. Right. So we need to build up this platform, right?
Yes, sir.
You're active and participate. So, a lot of things to do, especially national interest. We don't talk much about domestic issues here or family affairs. Those are good for Sisimeli and Adigeni. Right, we want to bring what you call facts. For example, going to South Africa delegation with Zimbabwe. What does that mean? Can you see such things? No, what they go. Right, we want to go deeper for sure. Right, we're still starting, but we're there.
Right. Okay. I wasn't aware of this. Okay. Can you just reflect? Panama delegates are from Zimbabwe and of South Africa, right? Is that right?
From South Africa and of Zimbabwe.
From South Africa and of Zimbabwe. And what was their mission, sir?
Mediation.
Mediation of what? Mediation of what?
Of ZANU-PF and MDCA alliance.
Right. And what are they mediating about?
I want to help Ramaphosa send the delegation. What does that mean to you? I'm just saying, those are some of the shows we're going to be discussing.
No, that's very, very good. And Mimi Mukoma Masimba, you are renowned for somebody who make people think, right? And this show is an extension of your personality, Maikeda. And I'm somebody that can introduce a metaphysics, and I've been doing that for the past 7-10 years. I make you question. I make you. Last time Dakayapa video Mukoma Masimba, what is God? What is Jesus? Do you know that Jesus is an antichrist? But what I do is, and this could I disrespect you or anything, I'm challenge you to go a little bit further ufunge. Sakachi a platform yaketa say this is very, very good because problem here Zimbabwe, we've got this thing, the acquiescence to the illusion of conformity. Tinongo conforma, we tinongo followership, kwangoenzwa, hande kurgenda, the wind, right? Tinongenda ikoko, whether it's north, south, east, west. Why is this? Why is that? Why is that? Then once you question, and if you're gonna go back, the history of Europe. Europe is the Renaissance. Actually monarchy. In France, there was a monarchy. It was ruled by kings and queens for hundreds and hundreds of years. But they started questioning. How can one family have authority over 10 million people, right? This is not justice. This is not democracy. Saka because once you push yourself and question things, it's also in our culture, especially Zimbabweans, we aren't taught to think and question things because tinotka authority. Conformity conforma kuti zvataurwa na Mukoma Masimba ndizvozvo, zvataurwa na Mr. Mawere ndizvozvo, zvataurwa na baba Mnangagwa, I'm going to call him baba Mnangagwa to show respect, ndizvozvo, zvataurwa na this and that ndizvozvo. But sometimes you can question. Saka, a platform like this is good. You challenge somebody to go a little bit. It's an extension here, go deeper in Mukoma Masimba. Saka, this is really, really good. I'm up for it. I'm really, really up for it.
Thank you very much, my brother. Mason, I'm going to ask you a last question. Do you own a car?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How many cars?
I've got one car, sir.
Okay, you know why I ask this question?
Yeah.
Remember, upon a platform, Mr. Mawere. The ownership interest. I learned about ownership. Mr. Mawere, are you there? Mr. Mawere? Okay, maybe it's bit somewhere.
Okay.
Ownership does not exist. Right?
Makati makaita ownership of what?
Ownership literacy. Ownership lesson.
Okay, that's good.
So when you say you own a car, ownership does not exist. You don't own a car, Mason.
Right. Do you care to explain, please, Mukoma Masimba?
Don't worry. Don't worry, Mason. Those are some of the things that Chatangana switch my literacy lessons, my ownership, which I'm a Zimbabwean, such things. I'm gonna start again. Mr. Moira, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Mason is saying he owns the car. What's your take, Mr. Moira?
Which one?
Mason is saying to me he owns a car.
Yeah.
What's your take on that one? He owns a car.
Then it means he is not part of our community.
Right. I want to debate with him. I want to hear you debate.
Okay, maybe I'm lost. Maybe I'm totally lost. Sakakana Muchiti,
you know,
yeah.
Nelson,
Yes, sir.
In our community, we say a car is a vehicle.
Right.
It's not capable of being owned, but of being used. So ownership is only a legal construct. It doesn't mean that when you are the title holder, you are the owner. And ownership does not mean possession. Because you can give a car that you have title to somebody else to drive. But imagine you have something called an object with 4 wheels, with an engine, but no fuel. What is it?
If I own an object with the wheels and no fuel.
Of what you associate with a car, but there's no fuel in the country.
Right. It's still a vehicle, isn't it?
No, a vehicle means it can move you from point A to point B. But if it's parked there, what is it?
Yeah. It's an object.
It's not a vehicle.
It's an object, yeah.
It's an object.
Yeah.
But if I take your phone and there's no network, what is it?
Again, it's an object.
If I have a radio station and I have no followers, what is it?
Again, say it's an object. It's an object, right? Can you enlighten me? What your point is, sir?
My point is that we create things to solve problems, not to be owned, because I don't own a problem. So ownership is an abused term. It's like me comparing myself to a donkey and say I own land because I use the land. It only becomes property when there is the rule of law.
Okay.
So ownership is a legal construct.
Who makes the law, sir? Who makes the law?
No, I'm saying just listen. In the animal kingdom,
yeah,
what happens?
In the animal kingdom, there is a hierarchy, and there is
I'm saying ownership.
Yeah.
What is ownership in the animal kingdom?
I'm gonna let Mukoma Masimba answer that. I'm not too sure.
Musango, Munugaramuka. What is ownership there?
Right. Musango Munugaramuka akuna ano owner anything because it's a dog eat dog. It's all about a survival of the fittest. It's all about threat and what can be eaten and what can be.
Don't go further. just to answer the question, Musango Amuna ownership, period. Is that correct?
Amuna ownership, yes, sir. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So ownership is only a legal construct.
Okay.
To limit those who have not worked for something from harvesting it. To limit you taking my car without my consent. Otherwise, ownership itself is never defined. Some people call it right, title, and interest. You know what they call it? That I got the right, whether I'm given or I pay for it. If I'm your girlfriend, you give me, I still have the right, title, and interest. But I didn't pay for it. Whether it's inheritance. So when we say ownership, that's what we want to learn and dig deeper into the idea of ownership. And you have heard even some people in 2020 who argue as if they were alive in 1890. Have you ever heard that?
I have heard, no.
Yeah?
And sorry.
No, the people who argue about land, that when you came in, you colonized us, you took away land.
Oh, don't get children square.
The guy is in England and he says the land is so emotional about land, but he left the land in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, and don't get children
square. Even looking for a one-way ticket to go to Zimbabwe. So after the Facebook Live or WhatsApp, he still says it's my land. It's my land. But why vacate yourself from the land that you own? Why alienate yourself? And you are a man you are a learned man who knows the Declaration of Independence. If you look at the first sentence of the Declaration, it will tell you a lot. Have you ever looked at it?
Kwakudara, Mr. Mawere. Kwakudara, no.
Okay, we'll do a show on the first sentence. Then the second sentence says, we hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by the Creator, not by somebody else, with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and what they call pursuit of happiness, which is what they call property.
Yes.
So pursuit of happiness, not happiness. Yeah. The moment you take those rights away, there's no humanity, there's no life, there's no liberty, there's no property. How many people don't understand the true nature of that? Imagine you are government of Zimbabwe. You encourage people to divest and deprive somebody of his property, the improvements, the dams. Then 20 years later, you then tell him, I want to sign a global compensation deed. What does it say? It says, I'll pay you later. It's like cash and carry. I go to a store. I put food in my basket. I go to the point of sale. I walk across. And the storekeeper says, what are you doing? He says, I'm not stealing. Because in these goods is my land. So because of my land, I take everything. And I give you nothing. I don't give up anything. I just take the land, the car, everything. Then the Constitution says you can't do it. And they say we can do it because we are government. Have you ever heard that? What's the difference between that and dispossessing you of your US dollar? Imagine you are a prostitute, you go to Mozambique, you do your work, and you get paid 10 US dollars. Then somebody says it's now you must sell it at the auction rate. But when I was earning it, the government was not there.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. From what you are alluding to, Mr. Mawere Ndekudishi, you're alluding to words there: tyranny and liberty. Because tyranny and liberty are two different words. Because the liberty, it comes from consent. Consent of what? Consent of the citizen and the government. That's why there is liberty. But tyranny, that's when the government is imposing themselves, and they can make up the rules as they go along. But when there is a liberty, there is a mutual agreement between the citizen and the government. So that's what liberty is.
So if that's what Mukoma Masimba is saying, let's understand, let's have a shared understanding of what ownership is and is not, so that we can have structured conversation without arguing or playing the other man. Then someone says you are an apologist for colonialism, you are an apologist for imperialism, you are an apologist for white monopoly capital. So that when we use language, reasoning, common sense, logic, we all can come together and bridge our differences. Government expropriates you and they expect you to smile. How many people, black people, have been expropriated of their right, title, and interest to land in the name of land reform? And you know what the government says? I'm not going to pay you. I'm going to look at the practical nature of it. But the person I gave the right did not pay anything. And you paid something for it. And they're telling you, wait like a kid. Those protected by BIPA, they will be compensated for the land and improvements. Those who are white and perceived to be colonialists and thieves, they get nothing. The Constitution says they must be paid for improvements, but the reality is there is no payment for 20 years. So there is no exchange of value. What is theft? Theft does not have the word called consent, you know, Mason.
Yes, sir. That's true. That's true.
And sex, when it doesn't have consent, what do you call it?
Rape.
They call it a rape. They call it anything illegal, basically. Yeah.
So do you agree that land reform is rape? It's one form of rape.
It is one form of rape. Yeah.
Okay. So do we
totally
agree that the three of us, we are saying it's rape?
Yes.
Yes, sir. It is.
How many people think land reform is rape? That imagine you are Portuguese and you came to Zimbabwe after Mozambique problems, 1975. And then bought land in 1975. And now you are called British.
Maybe Mr. Mawere, what you might need to define is what is the land reform and what is the land ownership. Because those are two different.
We go now to deeper. We go deeper to look at land, whether land is an object or land is property. If it's property, then there are elements that make an object property. One, it can't self-create.
Right.
So gold cannot become a ring in the animal kingdom.
True, that's true. Yeah.
It requires a finger of a human being. I've never seen a baboon with a ring.
No, neither have I. That's true.
I've never seen iron or lithium.
No.
Lithium turning into a battery. Yeah. So anything that requires a human being to create is not for free.
Yeah.
So those people who are saying $30, I can't pay, it means they don't understand the property in you being here. Because you have given up time that you could earn value elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they come here to butcher it, to kill your value, and say, Mukoma Masimba, remain where you are. I don't want to pay $30 because I don't think you deserve it. What are they saying to Mukoma Masimba? We enjoy following you, but at your misery.
Well, this is the thing I was been alluding to Kuna Signora before, Mr. Mawere. Is Zimbabweans, we love drama, we love fiction, we love skits, we love not sekesa, but we do not anything
Not
that
we.
makes.
When are you going to learn Mason? Mukoma Masimba said, please slow down on the we. You are here on your own. If you have learned something here, just say, I, Mason, have learned something.
Right. In the past, I've been somebody who liked drama, who liked fiction, who likes sekesa, right? And obviously, in my journey, yekukura and be having growth, personal growth, and in ndakaziva kuti no, there's more to life than chi kungoseka, than kungoita sei kungoita zvinhu zvese zvinongokufadza. Sometimes pane zvinhu zvinokwanisa kuita sei kundedevelopa. Saka yeah, anecdotally ndo zvandakadzidza. Yes.
No, I'm saying is, can we change as part of building community power so that we know there's value for value?
I think we can.
If you and I are the we.
Yeah, I think we can, sir. I think we can. Nekuti inin, I'm gonna go back. I'm a history person. I'm gonna go back to history. Rome wasn't built in a day, and Rome
but yeah, we are not here to talk about history. We are talking about giving up something to get something.
Right.
Working hard, going to school because the future is more secure because you have put something in it.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine there were certificates that were manufactured and you got a certificate and you are called a doctor and you don't know anything about someone's body. Would you be happy in that civilization?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. So let's talk about things that I don't want to see. So that's the ownership we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So when somebody says, pay me for what I do, I'm Messi, I'm Ronaldo, I'm Serena Williams, I'm Tiger Woods. But because he's a man that you know, Asina Mazino, Mukoma Masimba must be a poor Ronaldo. But if it's Beyonce, if it's Jay-Z, then you are willing to pay.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't make celebrities out of your own people. If it's Trevor Noah, you pay, get fees. But when it comes to you, Mason, they don't want to pay.
Saka, Mr. Mawere, can I ask you a question? If I may to, am I allowed to ask you a question?
Okay, no problem.
Right. Saka, Imimi, from what you, obviously you're a very intelligent man and you've lived a longer life than both of us, me and Mukoma Masimba. Imimi, from what you have gathered, Saka, Isusu, what is the root problem of us not seeing value of us?
You still continue to say us. What is my problem?
Okay, what is my problem of me not seeing value in you or not seeing value in Mason, not seeing value in Mukoma Masimba? What is the root cause of it? In order for me to part $30 or £30, whatever it is, from my pocket, could indeed say, ndi appreciate value. What is the root cause of it?
No, the root cause is called illiteracy. It's called illiteracy. and ignorance, they are friends of poverty. So when you know better that proper...
Charge phone now, guys. It's 11:15.
All right, no,
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Pardon.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So I think Senior wanted to say something to you.
I think I will talk to him tomorrow, but I think he's going to talk to Mason today.
All right.
Let's talk, Masimba, before you go. Before you go, Masimba, I think it might be of help.
Okay, let's talk about manch.
Can you hear me now?
And in a budget, 1%.
Yeah, I got that with 1%. Anyway, I was listening to the conversation. Very interesting, very powerful, very informing. I would like to think when we talk of shared views, we cannot separate that from shared information, because shared information, it can come from any angle, from any direction. But of course, we can consolidate it and come up with one concept. So one can call it brainstorming. So brainstorming, I believe, it allows people to waffle, and there's value in waffling. And there are a lot of people who waffle, and amongst them, there are people who are good listeners. And from the waffling, great ideas are built from waffling. And normally, my understanding is not always that. It's not always that the person who is waffling will implement the idea. So what am I saying here? There's value in listening to each other. There's value, there's need to understand the basic principles of communication. Because sometimes we want to build a house, but we don't know how to communicate. We don't know who is the builder, bricklayer. We don't know who is the darker boy. We end up stumbling. I think that is one of the things that I would like to add value here on, to say, do we understand what communication is, or we don't? And again, I think it's a societal problem. As a culturalist, it's something that I've observed. I go to many places, but I don't stay there. I just go 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I've been very, very unpopular for that. I've learned quite a lot, and I'm still learning. People are not communicating. And I would like somebody to challenge me anywhere, which is good. People are not communicating. Because this is the reason why we sometimes take 30 minutes to an hour discussing one point. Because we have lost principles on almost everything. We have lost everything that you can think of. So sometimes use communication, because if you say we've lost our values or our culture, you are creating another big war, which actually I'm observing in each and every other platform. So you have to use lighter terms like conversation. We don't know what communication is. We think we know. Because if I'm communicating with somebody, they are listening like they are doing now. And when I'm done, they can even write down, because now we are educated. We have to write down. So there's no way I can say rubbish and plug it into your ear. There's no way I can say rubbish and plug it into your mind. Never, ever. These things are simple. This is what we see in court proceedings. Discipline, Ubuntu. But I think now we think we know better. We are educated. Basics are not necessary. So we want to, the mancho kind of thing. I want to show Mawere that I'm a better thinking than him. I want to show Masimba that, no, Masimba, you are stupid, you are foolish. And in the process, I can't communicate, and people can run away from me. So basically what I'm highlighting, if someone can allude to what I'm saying, or rather I'll put it in a question form. Is it not important that
what is communication, sir?
No, maybe let's have Senior, what is your question? What is your question, so that we can get to it?
Thank God. Actually, I was finishing in 5 seconds, then you interfered. And I was saying maybe I'll put it in a question form to say, what is a conversation? What are the principles of having a conversation?
You mean a generic conversation or this conversation?
Generic conversation.
All right. Okay. I think that's a subject for a bigger day. What is communication? Is there a shared understanding of what communication is and is not? And if so, how do we build a shared understanding? Have I summarized it correct?
Yes, you have. I would really appreciate maybe give somebody a chance to respond to maybe define in their own way. And I'll
No, I'm
also
saying
probably
we
try
can
to
have
provide in my own way.
another session. I'm proposing that we have another session where we deal with that subject matter so that we don't have endless conversation that have no end. This conversation was about building community power, and in that was ownership. And you have
And I'm
raised
saying,
another
I'm agreeing. I'm
which is
saying I'm agreeing with
communication.
you. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. Subject for another day. But before we depart on this subject for another day, I think it would be prudent to you defining, I defining, my brother here defining, and probably
But
use
I'm
that
saying,
as a starting point whenever we are going
we have
to
been
have
here
that
for
program. I don't think there's any.
we've been here for 2 hours, and I don't think it's I
Yeah,
was
Mr.
talking
Mawere, with due respect, I'll give
that
in. I'll give in. I'll
yeah.
give in. From the time I asked that question, one would have done that already. It doesn't
No,
take
I'm saying
a
that
minute.
is if that is the I've taken note of what you said, and let's put it aside and let's come to the end so that
No,
we don't have this. I told Mukoma Masimba earlier on that we need to have structured conversations. We can't just keep on going
no,
and going.
but compromise is important, Mr. Mawere. You must also take other people's views, because I would have answered it in a fraction of a second. The time that I spent me
That's
and
you.
you
That's
trying to
you.
say
I'm
let's be
saying is
friendly.
that's you. I'm just saying is for me it's an important subject requiring other voices.
Okay, for me, it's an important subject, but I think communication is all about listening to each other, not stepping on each other's voices, adding value, and understanding that we need to come up with one thing.
That's what I'm saying is that all those issues that require a part of this community building is communication. And you can't
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Mawere, that let's end it there, because what I'm simply saying is one item can take a second, but we cannot have a situation where we want to. This is why the subject is important, because a shared view, there's nothing wrong in stopping somebody after spending 30 seconds or more than a minute when we are closing. But there's a lot wrong in stepping on each other's feet just to win an argument that we should do it next time.
No, but can I just chip in, Mr. Mawere? Just 2 seconds. You see, the reason why Mr. Mawere said communication is such a broad, it's an umbrella term. Dekuti, you've already broken the principles of communication, because Mr. Mawere said, let's talk it for another time. And you are refuting what Mr. Mawere is saying. So you're going to go back and forth, which means you are not even understanding, you don't even know the definition of communication. Next time, because communication is an exchange of words between A and B. So if you are refuting what you've been saying, and which means you are not, it's going to be going on and on and on and on. It's going to be a vicious cycle. Just like Mr. Mawere, I say, that's going to be a program for another day.
I got you. I don't know why you're repeating. I got you. I was just proposing that against that. Can we just? It was supposed to be say this way. No, let's close it. Otherwise, I'm agreeing. Let's push it for the next topic, for the next day, for another day or another time, whether today or tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah, let's have the consent of those who want to be involved in that, advertise the show so that we all have enough time to talk about those who are for and those who are against the motion. Yeah. Okay. So I think as we close this session, because the person who called me to have this session is not here, and I thought he was going to, because he put me in a WhatsApp group, and then there people were saying the sick man and should not be given audience. And I said, okay, let's talk about it in the public, not WhatsApp group. So from your side, Senor, from what you have heard, what is your final comment?
Okay, guide me correctly. What is it? Because you spoke about a lot of things. I've been listening. I don't want to go off. What is specifically
the general, the need to build communities to be able to have structure and order in our discourses. Hello?
I think.
All right. On your side, what do you think about the need to build communities based on shared understanding?
Well, based on shared understanding, Mr. Mawere, we need to go to the roots, which is Ubuntu philosophy or Ubuntu philosophy. We need to talk about things, right? Saka, we need to come to a point gare pasi, and the things that are current affairs kind of or the things that are obstacles to our progress, and we need to bring it forth, whether your views are controversial, whether they're not popular views. Maybe saka yes, we need to tigare pasi, and whether your views are far left or far right, ngati uye titaure pasi titaure tese.
All right, so let's see whether he's gone. So I think the question is, do we need to build ourselves into communities where we can know each other and be able to organize a talk, like Signor wanted to talk about something. He's got the energy to talk about, and he believes that everybody must also have the same time zone, same energy, and we have 24 hours in a day.
Absolutely. Signor has got a topic that he is very, very passionate about. And I think from what I gather, there's a communication. Sakachi kind of is something that he's passionate about. Aiwa, in Mr. Mawere, vape platform, ngavawe, ngavataure, zvavanova kutaura. Let the man, give him the man a chance. And we live in a democracy, and we don't live in a tyranny. And Ms. Mawere, you are the example of democracy. Neguti, without Mukoma Masimba, I wouldn't have known you. But she, magana say, makandi power platform, makandi ta mukane, kuti nditaure nemi, and zvandotaura taura nezvandro fungao, makandi pa mukane, kuti nditaure. Saka she, yes, and everybody should be free. It's a democracy here.
All right. Secondly, maybe where is Signora is back here. Secondly, maybe so your final comment. Signora is back here.
Yeah, sorry about that. My system keeps booting me out. I don't know why. But anyway, to respond to your question, Mr. Mawere, I am. Yes, I support the idea of building communities, and I'm very passionate about it. Given the time, I think I'll share, but some of the things I've already shared with you, not tension. I don't want to put negative words. The differences in opinion on whether people should pay or not, I'm a solution giver. I've got solutions to that, which may work for all of us. So in summary, I'm in agreement with you and everybody here. There's need to build communities, but we can only build communities from a shared understanding. We can only build after brainstorming to find out what does Mawere.
Okay. No, thank you. And Mason, you asked a fundamental question. You asked whether somebody should be given the permission to talk about things that are important.
The
And
permission
my
to
position is that
talk
you
about
don't
things that
need
are important.
permission
And my
because the airwaves are
you
open.
don't need permission.
So anyone who asks for
airwaves are
permission
open.
is actually asking for somebody to freedom to be limited. Because the moment I want somebody to do something,
freedom to be limited.
I think Signor's microphone is what? Is another device here. So you don't need anybody else to validate what is good to you.
Did you hear me previously? Did I?
You don't need
Signor, you have another device. That's why it keeps on.
And maybe next time,
Hello?
Signor, we had my headphones, maybe.
Signor, you have another.
No, we can't keep on because I'm trying to mute him and he's trying to unmute. You see. But he can hear us.
Maybe.
Yeah,
So
but you are suggesting, assuming I don't have it. From that headphones, it's the system.
No, when it's muted, there is no voice. There's no. So can we just
muting me
so that I can finish my side?
Now it's okay. Now it's clear. Now it's clear.
Okay. Yeah. So Mason, I was just telling you.
Go ahead, Miss Mawere.
Yeah, I was just saying that you don't need anyone to go live. You can just do live and talk about this need for community building.
So no, now someone see now I don't know what.
No, can I let me mute you so
I don't know
that
what's happening. So like now,
let me just leave the mute there button here. Okay. So all I'm saying is that he's back again here. Can you just mute your side?
I don't know what I said earlier. If my
Signor Chimbonyara Bichana for 2 seconds, just 2 seconds.
All right. So that's all I was saying, that let's not ask for permission from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not necessary in this day and age, in the digital age. And the more we call someone a leader, the more his freedom is limited.
Mm-hmm.
You have a separate meeting to plan your presentation so it looks organized. Yeah. So Sibongile, if you want to be part of this conversation, it's not our conversation. We need you to also be part of it so that we reduce the burden on others. That's why there's a need to be organized. So if we are organized, it means Sibongile, you will market your own topic. You will do what is necessary to raise awareness. If it's a problem, you have to be the voice of the problem. If it's a promise, you have to be the voice of the promise. If it's an opportunity, it means you must be the voice of that opportunity. You may discover that you are not alone. So when you discover you are not alone, you can't have dialogue with yourself. You can't have dialogue with the same people every day. Nothing new. So if Sbongile you join, it means we together, we can call ourselves Christians or Muslims. But it doesn't mean we have to do everything together, to be on the same platform together. It means we can use as many platforms as long as we are Christians and we believe in the gospel, we believe in Jesus. Then we call ourselves Christians. But Jesus does not have to be hosting a show. And we can't take advantage of those who give up time so that we make them the reason why we meet or why we want to say something. So this presentation must be short like a miniskirt.
For how long would the presentation, Mukoma, Mr. Mawere? For example, in Inahango, let me tell you my position. Menukana Mukoma Masimba Kakuza. Anyway, after this link, Monitumizira link here, I'll pay my $30. And the equity in I'm into metaphysics and I'm into hidden knowledge. I'm into secret societies. I'm into the hidden knowledge in the Bible. I'm into which is like symbols and emblems and all of those things. Don't show young. This is what I know. I don't know much things, but those are Ziva. So if I want to present that, my question, how long would that be, and what day? Can I just choose a day, and how long can it be? Please.
Yeah, no, I'm saying is let's say you're a member.
Yeah.
You can even broadcast on your page.
Okay.
When you are free, so that you don't disturb anybody. You know, like Jesus said, if two or more gather in my name, what happens?
I could detest I think more more will join or more will witness. I don't know.
If two or more gather in my name, I will be there. My presence will be felt.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And it means we can also have different shows taking at the same time, because the world is bigger than the two of us.
Yeah.
So that those who want to watch Mukoma Masimba can do that. Those who want to watch you, they can do that. And we can't push people to come or take advantage of any one of them. So if I am a heritage, I think of heritage, I think we need to talk about the subject matter. You can come on. If you want to come on this platform, then you can get the links and then broadcast. If you are sleepless and you are agitated by something, never wait for another person to give you something or to give you space to be yourself. You are you. And what is important to you must be important to you. You must fight for the space. Those who like soccer, they still are citizens. Those who like basketball, they're still citizens. But I don't go to the president of a country and say, give me time to play basketball. That's admin. So we appoint we are self-regulating. Human beings, the good thing, we reason. And we have free will. So if you decide you want to do a show to talk about communication as a problem, why not? Do you really need me to be there?
No.
Yeah. That's why Jesus ran away from all of us. That's why Prophet Muhammad had to die. Otherwise, he would be surrounded. In 24 hours, he has to do everything. So I don't want, that's what I was saying to Mukoma Masimba, I don't want to be the host. But I would rather have C2C become brought to you by C2C 1873. Then you are a member, you can say, I need login details. It's just a bridge. I don't own Facebook.
Okay, so in that case, Tinogo contact either you or Mukoma Masimba, then you give us a link, then we go live. Is that right?
No, you can do it yourself.
All right, okay, all right.
Yeah, as long as you are your Facebook page, you can broadcast there, and you just keep going until you become popular.
All
and
right, I get
people
you.
understand what you are talking about. But you don't need me to be in that journey. It's you who has to go to church, not the church come to you.
Okay.
So when you feel there are things that are not understood, by all means, the world is open.
Okay, I got you now, sir. Yeah.
So the idea is you are the person. When we say 1873, do you know what it stands for?
No, please enlighten me.
1 plus 8.
9.
7 plus 3.
10.
And the difference?
1.
When you go to your tombstone,
yeah,
what do you see?
When I go to my tombstone, what do I say? Makundi Royal, go deeper, Mr. Mawere.
You see the date of birth and the date of death.
Yes, date of birth and date of death. Yes, yes, sir.
And what connects the two dates?
What connects the two death is birth and death, isn't it? The difference, right?
No, it's a hyphen.
Ah, yes, yes.
And what is a hyphen?
It's a one that's lying down. That's lying that way, isn't it? Yeah.
That is horizontal. 180 degrees.
A one that's horizontal, yes.
So that's your life.
That's very, you know what, Mr. Mawere, that's almost along my alley. That's the right, those are not these, because I'm into symbols and cryptic knowledge and chi. That's very clever. I like that. I really like that.
So it means your life is indivisible.
Yes, I like that.
You can't allow someone to live it. You can't outsource it.
Yes, I like that. I like that. I like that. And I like the fact that iri horizontal, there is a beginning and an end, because our mortal life, physical life, is actually it's limited. But obviously our spiritual life is unlimited. But our mortal life I like that.
That's right. So you have a start and you have an end.
Yes, I like that. I really like that.
You can't extend it.
No, you can't. No.
Yeah. So that's all. That's you. That's your life. So never come to somebody else and blame somebody.
Yeah.
For not doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
And you have one life to live.
Right. Very clever. Very, very, very clever. Very clever. Who came up with that? Who came up? Is that you, Mr. Mawere? That's very clever. Very, very good. Very good.
No, I can't claim credit for something I didn't do. Somebody came up with it.
Yeah.
And another perfected it. And another one, because we're looking for this universality of life.
Right.
That a human being is the universe. And we need to celebrate what you do in your life.
Very, very clever. Because Mukanatso Tarisa, if you're gonna go back into antiquity, right? Even to modern days, Mr. Mawere, the universal language of everything is either mathematics, symbols, right? And you can talk to a Chinese person without using languages, but you can use symbols or mathematics. Those are the two languages, right? So
I wrote a song called "Working on My Dash." You know what a dash is?
I know what a dash is. Yes, sir.
What is a dash?
Dashi akasika. Akasika. What do you call it?
Dash is 1.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Right.
So when I say I'm working on my dash, I'm working on my life.
All right.
So 1873 is a dash.
Right.
That's your life. So you want to hear the song?
Oh, please, sir, because now you got my interest. Noguchi, whoever you was a loser, or whoever we came up with that.
I've been working on my day. Working. Yeah. It's my life story, adventure of surprises, like an album of my journey. I cannot force it, but I live through it. It's not for free, but expensive and joyful to me. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish. I've been working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish. I've been working on my dish.
Very, very beautiful song. Thank you very much, sir. Very beautiful. Yes, that's true. Knowledge is power. Without knowledge, we couldn't be where we are today, and without knowledge, we would have. There was a English Revolution, and there was a scientific revolution. There was an Enlightenment period, and also we even came up from the Dark Ages because of knowledge. It's like knowledge is absolutely power.
I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish. I've been working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish, working on my dish. I've been working on my dish. I've been working on my dish.
Freeborn Chimeza, thank you so much. If you're into metaphysics, we can. I'm going to talk to Mr. Mawere, and we're going to talk about metaphysics. A lot of people, they do not even know what metaphysics is, because metaphysics are two words: meta and physics. Physics is the meta or the human being, and meta is beyond the physical. So really, metaphysics is another word for spirituality, or what's beyond the physical self. Because as you all know, we are a Ethereum people. We are you are a spirit, and you've got a mental body, and you've got a physical body. That is the Holy Trinity. We're going to be talking about symbols and everything. Yeah.
Let us have structure and order.
Yeah.
And you have said, let me give you my number.
Yes, sir.
So that we can then have structure.
Yeah.
And order, so that those who are members can group themselves into that. Because I'm not sure whether you're also tired of just talking.
And the people you are talking to, you don't know what really is going on. So we don't want to arrest each other. As I told you, I don't have to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
But if it's a conversation among members, let's celebrate it because we are one. We are indivisible. And then we can educate, we can inform, we can entertain each other.
Yeah.
But the moment where we keep on talking, and I think Signoro said earlier that I got a problem with paying. There's no need to pay. And should it be a member driven or not? All I'm saying is if we don't organize, we'll never get where we want to get to.
Yeah.
So it means we can put a cluster to talk about those areas that you think. We can have singers to write positive music.
Absolutely.
Organize so that the voice can go further. We can have gigs of people we know. We can write new books, new songs, new ideas, new poems. But let's have structure.
Yes.
Let's have order.
Yes.
I know Chimedza wants to talk about many things. And when I say let's structure ourselves, let's do something, and Chimedza has come back, you know what he said just now? I'm paying my membership. I want to be part of the community and drive it from within. And I want to talk to Mason about metaphysics as members, not as third parties. So that when we host the meeting, it will have 1873, that when we come together, we are one. But that's a choice we make. And we have to consent to be one. And there's no white human being. There's no blind human being. We are all human beings. We are indivisible. Even if I can't see you, I'm not your fraction. Even if I can't walk, you can't say I'm half a human being because I can't walk. Even if I'm paralyzed, until I die, I'm a complete human being. So respect me for what the Creator created me for, not for what you may want me to be. So that's what Freeborn is saying. Saying I'm in Sweden, but I've heeded the call that let's have a foundation where we can deal with identity. Who am I? Is there a dash at a tombstone that is black? Is there a dash that is white? Is there a dash that is colonialist or imperialist? Or is just a single line for all of us? It doesn't have breaks. It's just a single line from date of birth to date of death. There's no youth dash. There's no old dash. It's just a dash. That's your life. It tells its own story. You don't have to meet everybody in the world. But when you die, you will have met so many people you didn't know. And some say, rest in peace, because they have known you. How many people live through life making noise?
So many.
Remembered for arguments, not for doing things. To say, we started this, we ended this. We start life, it ends. How many of us would like to argue about that?
So
life
many.
is what it is.
Yeah.
It requires no adjectives.
No, it doesn't. And it's something just came to my mind, Mr. Mawere. And Mati 1813 is a dash, yeah? 1873 is a dash. Now, at the grand scheme of things, at the universe, because as you know, our solar system has got about 100 million stars, right? And the universe itself is maybe it's got 100 billion stars. So really, at the grand scheme of things, our life is just a dash. So that's perfect.
And the power, the power of one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Amazing.
So those who are racist, those who are xenophobic, they will know the difference. That you can't have somebody call you less human because you don't look like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's your debt. It has an end and a beginning.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do. So I've shared the link to membership here.
Oh, mantumizira ku message ku inbox kwangu.
Let me go to the inbox here today.
Nditumizira ku inbox and tell me how do I actually do it and nditumizira my steps anyway totaura ku inbox anyway.
Inbox, but it's there anyway. So you are it's just straight. If you have a card on Stripe or on any credit card, debit card.
Even ku UK, because is it $30 or £30? Because in those some pounds,
pounds it's less. It's about 25, 23, 20. I think 25.
$25.
Yeah, £25 or something. I don't know what the exchange.
£25. Okay. Okay, I'll do it straight away. I'll do it straight away, sir.
Yeah. So that's all. If you have any question, let's us build by doing.
Yeah.
So whatever you do in the name of what you believe in,
it
means you don't need a person to be there.
Yeah.
That's why we create companies as associations, so that any of us can die, but the idea remains.
Well, so I love that. I really, really love that. Nekuti America namuchiziva, Mr. Mawere, not long ago, a lot of people thought it is the earth, it is the sun that evolves around the earth. And it was only Copernicus, I think his name is. He is the one who said, no, it's the earth that evolves around the sun. Right? And he is dead, but we are using his principles today. Saka, unokwasa kufa, but she, unza munyika can change people's life.
Yeah. So I think, imagine we were talking and learning from Mukoma Masimba in a structured way.
Yeah.
That those who left Zimbabwe are outside the country. And we all chose to give up lunch so that we can create this baby. And it's our baby. It's not Mawere's baby. Then how far can we go if Jesus left without an address, without a checkbook, without a balance sheet? Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Beautiful. All right. Anyway, Mr. Mawere, thank you so much. It's been an honor and a privilege to bring me forth here. And maybe next time I'll be hosting my show and do introduce
my. Maybe as if you are praying.
Okay, next time.
Not next time. You can ask for a link and then you broadcast, or you can broadcast and invite us. Wherever you are, if you introduce yourself and say, I am the community builder.
Perfect.
I want to build community power. That's you.
Perfect.
Somebody who asks like Mary, 3 hours, what are you talking about? And instead of saying, what do I want to talk about tomorrow or this evening?
Yeah.
and then be able to talk about it. But there are many people who want other people to validate what they do, who want to imprison others. That I give up time to listen to what I don't have to know everything. Human beings are not meant to know everything. But those who want to associate and give up lunch so that they can build something bigger than them, they don't ask for what. Life doesn't tell you for what.
Mr. Mawere Manswere question Anzi Paneman Savannah Anzi is $30 for what? Maybe you might want to recap.
That's what I was answering.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was answering, to say a person who says what is not a builder may not want to build anything, because nobody can promise you something that they don't know. But if we come together, it means the sum of us will be bigger than the individuals in it. If we become one country, anyone who says it's a bad country, it means you are changing your own possibility. There are people who wake up in the morning without knowing what is going to happen. But by the grace of God, you will know. You will know people you didn't know. I never ask for what, because I am in it. I'm not asking you to pay, and then you disappear. Then it's manna. Nobody needs your money. But you have to feel you have a stake in it. You have to feel there is a problem. What is the problem? That we are not organized. Imagine somebody who traveled so far to America, but his brains are in Zimbabwe. Have you ever seen those people?
I've seen this so many times, yes.
Yeah, they want to be experts at what is happening where they left. And not experts just telling the story of where they are.
Yeah.
And celebrate where they are. But they want to take you back. Instead of inspiring others, you are talking on behalf of others. Is that a problem? If it's a problem, let's change the content so that we can celebrate life.
Yeah. That's very good. Nakuti, in from my little observation, and I'm not an expert in the what I've noticed, Mr. Mawere Ndekuchi, Vanwajinji, especially our brothers and sisters, we are so opinionated. Tunago hakira pan pasinga zive. I'd rather talk about things that I know. Ndekuchi, if you ask me a question, do not occupy 100% answer. Sakandika go pinda zunjati singa zive. Because I think it do problem, from my opinion anyway. Tinema problem you need to find something that you are good at, something that you know, then stand on it and stand with it. One so to say say that's inini. If you come to my
just identity. You know how many people think I love to host shows?
Mati?
There are many people who think I love to host shows. No, they think I have nothing else to do.
No, you are not doing this because
people think I'm a media person. I'm not.
No.
So if we don't understand each other, we'll continue to want to demand me to be everywhere. Even Mukoma Masimba to say, talk to the guys in the radio. I want you to be there. I said, Mukoma, I can't be there. Can we build institutions so that I don't have to be there? But I'm not and please slow down on personalizing a platform, because you are imprisoning me in it. Just simple lessons like that.
Yeah.
Call it your platform. Today I'm here, today I'm benge, today I'm whatever in heaven. Why can't you just say, this is my home? What is a home?
A home, that's where the heart is. That's where
you can choose your home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how many times does he call me to say you must pay, and sometimes I can't answer the phone. You saw that I had to disappear.
No, I think it's because it's a new platform. This is a new thing because imimi ndakatokuziva through Mukoma Masimba saka maybe because zita renyu mimi rinoremekedza, but as time goes along vanhu vanenge vakuziva like iko zvino vanhu vakuziva kuti okay, you can log in. You can log into to Mason, and Brother Mason is going to be talking about this and that, this and that. Unogo log in, Panendiri Live, you can log in and you can watch. If you want to watch, you can log off. As simple as that.
Senor, again, there's a problem. There's in broadcasting. Yeah. So we end up with the same. So that's all. So it's not. So let's reduce the burden on one. Let's build a platform where we can all broadcast and the world is open. I can do Zoom, go live on Facebook. I can invite others. Yeah, Senor is now there.
Mr. Mawel, can you allow me to say something? You keep muting from that end.
Yeah.
Just on record, this is a very good initiative to build a community, and actually I'm very passionate about it. On the payment issue, can I make it correct once and for all? It's on record. I've no squabbles with payment. I think sometimes it's also important to say I beg your pardon when somebody says something. What I'm actually alluding to is highlighting the issues that I'm seeing, which may sound like contradictory. Some people are for the payment. Some people are asking why we are paying. What I meant earlier on was I may have solutions to close that gap. I repeat, I said I may have solutions to close that gap. So it does not mean that Signoro is not of the idea that we should be paying. There's no way ever since Signoro has said no to payment. So I just thought I should make that record clear, very straight. There could be ways to accommodate everybody. There could be ways to accommodate everybody, which is actually the whole idea of community building. So that's a subject for another day, but I wanted to correct that once and for all. So some people may have heard it for a long time. May I speak, Mr. Mawere? Some people may have heard it. Maybe you did not hear me. I think it's water under the bridge, but I think as part of the upcoming subject, it's important also to beg your pardon before I respond to what somebody would have said. But this is a very good initiative. So I was actually in the backstage. I was wondering if I'm still part of the conversation because I was here 22 minutes. Could be more. Is there anything that you'd want me to probably say?
I don't know because I'll be recording something off, so I don't have multiple screens. So if I'm doing something else, it won't show that there's somebody waiting for me. So
point taken, Mr. Is there anything that maybe in the interest of time that you'd want me to say before I go?
No, you said, you have raised a big issue. And, that issue was raised for me as well. I went into a meeting where there was fundraising for a political party. And one person pledged 10 million of the currency of the time. Another person pledged 7 million. And then it came to me as a third person. Then I said, I would rather have 1 million members, each one contributing $100 or 100 of the currency, than have 2 or 3 people contributing 90% or 100% of the budget to run an association of members. And some were saying, no, you can owe us. I said, I would rather borrow to pay my membership so that I'm current. Because everything that I do, if I believe in something, I have to find the instruments to make the government work for me. Because I'm the one who needs the multiple. If I were to raise money and say, I'll give you profit, if you buy data, 2 cents goes to the party. I'm already killing the party. Because it's not the 500 rand or $30 that is important. But it is that sign that I have to give
So,
up
I beg your
something
pardon,
to
Mr. Were.
secure.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Were.
I'm not
Am I
answering.
hearing you correctly? You are not. No, I'm just saying something different from what you are saying. Am I hearing you correctly? You are not of the idea of somebody covering the gap for us as a community, be it these contributions or anything in life. I just wanted to get it straight before I can respond.
No, I'm saying it's not. I'd say it's a subject for another day. All I'm saying is that if you believe in something, just do it and be part of the change that you want to see. But the moment you are now going to somebody to say, help me do what I want to do for myself, you see, like this one, if you look at the screen, this guy is just paid. This is APSA, that's the stamp. C2C membership. There you go. Then here, did you manage to make payment? Say, virtually, I managed to make payment. Sorry, I was very, very busy. All I said is thank you. So the more we are and we form a quorum, the better. So if I delay, I defer, then I'm also delaying everybody else. Because if I have to employ somebody to reduce my burden to deal with
So I think we let's defer that because I wouldn't want to go into that because I'll have time to explain the payments and my position. Can we defer that so that it, like you said earlier, anything that we can maybe would want me to say outside the payment issues because there are issues that can maybe disrupt the discussions there, which I wouldn't want. But like I said, maybe something
so all
that
I'm saying is it's not just for me.
Value.
You don't even have to address it to me. Just address it to yourself.
No, I'm just saying, is there anything of value that is there anything of value that you discussed here that you may want me to?
No, it's
say, since you didn't have the device.
All I was explaining is to other people, not just to you. I hope you have understood. Like
no, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying the whole essence.
We have a problem with
to the discussion, the business of the day.
No, it's done. We have done.
So I think we are going more on the. Yeah, so I think we are going more on, but the whole idea, my appetite was on what we would have discussed, what we have discussed here, which I was listening to. Is there anything specific that you'd want me to respond to?
No. For me, I'm done.
Other than payments and payment models.
Yeah, that's to me. That's it. That's
okay.
that's.
Can you allow me maybe just a minute or two to say? Allow me to say 1 or 2 minutes to say, unless if we are on the dot, you want to close.
Yeah, I wanted to close and then we can defer. But I think we were talking about this with. Signoro, you are using 2 devices.
I'm not using 2 devices, Mawere. But
no, I don't know. But if I mute you, then everything is okay.
No, I'm just saying that to give me this time that we are going back forth to just say what I wanted to say, or we close, because if you have closed, I cannot ask for an extension.
All right, no problem. Let's close it then, and thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Mawere, and
thank you, Mr. Mawere.
to Torok side, yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thank you,
my brother.